Good evening, one and all. It's a Wednesday. It is the middle of the working week, and of course that means it's time for us to be jumping in once more to some good old Warframe. Welcome back, one and all. I hope you're doing well today. And I say welcome back if it is your first time here. Welcome in all the same, although somehow I doubt in the very first 3 minutes we have too many people in that category. To everyone joining in, hope you are doing well where you are around the world. Alrighty tighty, as I had mentioned on the Go Live notification, if you indeed receive those from Twitch, I know some of you don't because Twitch is like that, but for those of you who do, I have today the idea of popping through the sorting, well, pop through the Archon Hunt. After that, I want to show you a couple things as well, things that might be interesting to you, a challenge that certainly should be interesting to you, and we'll take it all from there. And if we should happen to have much time left beyond all of that lot, I'm thinking a little bit of messing around over here in Zaraman. Because, well, let's face it, big old, relatively recent set of missions, and we don't actually do a lot of them here on stream, so I'll be popping over there at the end of it all. Hello, Chuck, I'm doing well today. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well yourself. Obviously, I forgot it was Wednesday. How do you... Never mind, Tom. It's fine. In the middle of an FTL run, crossing your fingers for the Mantis event. Ooh. Definitely fingers crossed on that. Getting the quest events through FTL can definitely be a bit of a challenge at times. It can definitely be a bit of a challenge. I am looking forward to when you guys vote for FTL to bring that back as well, so that I can finally finish that run. I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it since the FTL stream. I daren't open the game. I don't want to lose that save by any means whatsoever. So it is just sat, waiting. We gotta use it. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there. In the meantime, some say test on Monday, which is not choice, threw you off. Fair enough, fair. How do you say? Must be AFK preparing a presentation for work. Fair do. Blade Beam must finish its duty. Oh yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to doing that. Anywho, we're going to get on with today's sortie. Let's see what we've got here and who we're bringing into it. We've got a mobile defense with expert stronghold. We've got an exterminate with augmented enemy armor. And we have an exterminate with enemy physical enhancement. So we got a slow mission and then 2 quick exterminates. Yeah, I can work with that. I can absolutely work with that. Who wants to work with that as well? We have got Witherfang who wants to join in. And we have got Liv who wants to join in. That's 2 spots already gone. Everyone else can take the final spot. Just send me a message in game, the engineer. I'll bring you onto the squad. Like I asking, what do we miss? Well, considering that the stream's been live for all of 5 minutes, probably not a lot. I would say. Probably not a lot. Welcome in. And cheers. Alrighty, and that sounds like the sound of a person who wants to take the final spot. It is a Raptor. Come on in. Welcome in. Boots up, can you wait for you? Can't do that. Sorry, Flight. Same stream time every single one of these Wednesday streams. And others beat you to the punch on that one. Sorry on that. Maybe you could join in on the Archon Hunt. Send me a message ahead of time on that one. Hello, Supreme. How you doing? Alright, there we are. We got our full squad. We are all ready to go. Is that... Oh, yeah. That's a Nezha without a companion and without a melee weapon. Interesting. That's certainly one of the ways to play the game, if you want to do that, Raptor. Just looks a little bit odd when you mouse along and someone just has a lot less going on their profile. Alright, did I say melee weapon? No, they've got Blade Prime. What am I on about? Yeah, it's just missing the companion. My bad. Anyway, let's go. Let's get cracking on with this right now. Red text won't show until announces the Parafox? Assuming it's just me Paradox, that's not an intentional typo. This is a mobile defense mission. I went to grab that and someone managed to snipe it from under me. How dare you? Alright, let's go. That might be one of the smoothest dashes I've ever done. Not gonna lie. 3 exterminates? No. Mobile defense and 2 exterminates. If there's 3 exterminates, that'd be pretty spicy. But we are not quite so lucky. No. Just remind me about the companion. Glad I can help. I know that I often forget my own companion, certainly after I've done a thumbnail or something, so glad I could help on that one. How do you view my loadout? Today you don't. Today you don't, and there is a reason for that. But we'll get into that reason later. We will get into that reason later. I did not expect someone to ask quite so soon, but there we are. Shows how observant y'all are. Ray saying, did I tell you about the game state breaking you can do with AI? You've mentioned a couple breakages you can do with AI. I'll be honest, I don't pay a huge amount of attention to it. Because with game AI, it's just fickle, frankly. I'm happy sticking with the mundanes, moreover, when it comes to just general gameplay. There's cheesing, but then there's messing with the highest order of shenanigans that can happen in this game. I'll leave that to others. See, everyone's grabbing themselves a ticket. QQ. This is, of course, the Platinum giveaway. If anyone was hopeful about the Hildred Prime one, that one did get claimed straight away, so there's going to be no rerolls on that one. As much as I know some of you would hope for it. Hello, Infan, how you doing? Alright, well. Okay, yeah, you grab the thing. There we are. Alrighty. You think Lavos is underrated for tankiness and kit usability? Lavos is underrated. I think the biggest thing holding back Lavos is the fact that people see the elemental infusions and go, oh god, complicated, how optimize, how do it good, and just shut down. When it's really not that complicated, it's really not. But if there was a little bit more usability in it, and as I put in the one small change video, I do think that'd do a lot for Lavos, get people to really try him out. The other thing I think puts off some people is the fact that you can't spam his abilities as much. Because there are those cooldowns. Even if you're using Swift Bite and Efficiency, there are still cooldowns, which will get in your way for some bits and pieces. And I get that I put some people off. They don't like it because it's not Warframe. It's too much like other MMOs, is the arguments I've seen. Yeah, that's how it be, that's how it be. Doesn't have to be for everyone. I will keep my absolutely wonderful frame. You could do this kind of shenanigans. People are like, oh, he can't cast that much due to cooldowns. But how many abilities did I just cast there? I'm losing track. And this isn't with an efficiency build. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh, that Eldrin is on the ball. There, Weetabix. Ray say, if you perfectly stealth any mission other than Endless, navigate into every room. Oop, I scrolled off the end there. No actors will spawn for the remainder of the mission after alarms are sounded. Huh. Well, that's certainly a thing you can do. Chuck saying, I think there's a bug with Overguard. In my experience, you could crowd control XMI with Xenric's Temporal Drag. Slows, for some reason, get through Overguard. Because slows are not considered crowd control. You could do this with Cold Proc, so you could do this with Rhino's Stomp, you can do this with, let's say, Xenric's Temporal Drag. I don't know if you can do it with Gloom. I don't know about Gloom, because I think Gloom, for some reason, despite being a slow, might actually be considered a crowd control. Is it just those three? Okay, fair enough. But the point is that the game treats some things as not crowd control and just a different type of slow, which is really stupid. Quite frankly. I mean, we can appreciate the cold procs working. If they didn't work, that would just hurt an already difficult damage type to make worthwhile, or status type. But the fact that there are inconsistencies in what works and what doesn't work is definitely stupid. Frost can 2, but only with the augment on his... Frost can slow with the 2 augment? Oh, for goodness sake. Even there it's inconsistent. Like, it's no wonder that people struggle to understand what can and can't be done in this game. Because some things work, some things don't, and there is absolutely no explanation as to either which way. I'll be honest, one of the bigger failings for Warframe's understanding for players, certainly newer players, is the fact that Warframe doesn't use a keyword system. It doesn't use a keyword system, and that is a problem. There are whips in Warframe? There are whips in Warframe. Not sure what inspired you to comment on that, because I didn't see a whip in use, but yeah, there are whips in Warframe. Overguard's inconsistent because most augments bypass overguard resistance? That sounds weird. That's weird. Well, we'll leave that to DE to figure out. They've already said they're not doing any more hotfixes until the release of Duviri, so we just kind of sat with what we get. What we have is what we have, and we'll see what they patch as and when the update goes live. From what they've said, there's a lot of updates to the update, so you never know. Maybe things will get smoothed out in one area or another. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Anyway, don't know why I'm digging around the orbiter. Let's get straight on to the next mission. Augmented enemy armor. Yeah, they'll be dead. Inventon augments Breach Surge blinds Xmas. Oh wow, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the whole Overguard crowd control thing is... It's about as easy to understand as the whole Archon Vitality heat interaction stuff, isn't it? No, not heat. Archon Intensify with healing, that's the one. Also the Archon Vitality one, but Archon Intensify is the big one, isn't it? Oh, does it or doesn't it count as an ability heal? Who's to know? Not us. Even where you think, oh, well, no, that is a case, does it heal directly or not? Even then there's inconsistencies. It's like, why? Oh, wow, I just fired that rocket through the stairs. That was unintentional. They're immune to Equinox's rage speed buff, leaving only the damage taken. Oh, wow. Yep. Overguard for you. You just can't figure it out. It's consistent in it being inconsistent. That's about the long and short of it, isn't it? But it's fine. It's the game we all know, love, and slightly get irritated by from time to time. I mean, in doing up a thumbnail, I had to restart capture, what was it, like 5 times and bring on the help of someone else just to be able to get the shot I was looking for. So, you know, go figure. And it's more the point on that Equinox should be giving a speed buff rather than a speed debuff. But the Overguard is blocking the speed buff that's supposed to be the downside to Equinox's ability. And so the enemies just take more damage for no benefit to themselves. That's a really weird bit, Zob. Archon mods are weird? Archon mods are weird, yes. Conditionals are already a thing in Warframe, and slightly problematic one at that from time to time. It's when the conditionals then also become opaque in their application. That's when things get real bad, as far as I'm concerned. Don't blap me. I will blap you. There we are. Why Carrier over Helios? Because I like Carrier. Carrier has the looter mod, which means I get more loot. And so I am never struggling for loot. You'll notice how the crates are just kind of popping around me as I go through a mission. It's just convenient to always have loot everywhere. I don't want to sound rude, but I missed 2 introductions from you. Did I? What did I miss from you? Let's see. Are you not wanting to sound rude or what? At the Kenji, you kind of missed my introduction, but hello, I like your videos about math, probabilities. Asking how long is Citrine farm compared to Varuna? I posted videos on how long those farms take, so I'd recommend just watching those. I did also catch your message about magnetized discharge affecting Loki. Also, your message about Overguard being inconsistent. Like, okay, yeah, if I miss a message from you, fair enough, but it is a bit rude just calling out on that there. Sorry, mate. I can't catch every single message. You have to understand it. You're not the only person here. When the exterminates is in Uranus? Yeah, it's fine. Easy peasy. Well, except for Raptor, apparently. Raptor is not finding it easy peasy. He's finding it difficult, lemon difficult when extracting without him. Well, Chili, thanks for the reminder. Orosera, my Nami Solo all rivened up is stirring some tuna salad and hitting that yoinky slinky. Bessa Mekana. Okay, fair enough. You've got a rivened up Nami Solo and an interesting vocabulary as well. Strap broke on you? Ah. Yeah. It does that, doesn't it? It does that. Alright, as we get going in on a third and final mission of the sortie, let's get the prediction up, shall we? Let's get the prediction up. What reward will you get? What reward will I get from today's sortie? Is it going to be a NASA sculpture, a riven booster, or something else entirely? What's my thoughts on Asian Invasions and his content? We've raided over to Asian Invasions a few times from this channel. They seem to be a nice person to drop in on when it comes to Twitch streams. I haven't watched any of their videos because I don't watch other YouTubers for Warframe content. I'm too busy doing it myself. You've regained your spanners, time to win prediction. I mean, good luck on that, Cosmo. Good luck on that. Hello, Power Prox. Remember, chat, if you see an option which no one has gone for, place all of your spanners on it. That way it gets very interesting. And if that option happens to be Legendary Core, well, you'll be Legendary, one way or the other. Oh, Rip the Ripperino apparently doesn't want to be part of the prediction. Has decided to be 2035. You know, let's just take a quick little perch here. And Rip the Ripperino. I think I messed that up, but there we are. Close enough. Ripperino has been ripped. Can we do another one of those? The side with more spanners gets all the spanners? We won't do those too often, no. We won't do those too often. I think one every month or two is good enough. Just to mix things up. But not to make it a regular occurrence. It's nowhere near as special as it always happens, you see. Not to mention, I know how the RNG math works out on that. It ends up being not very RNG and actually benefiting the rich substantially if it becomes too common. You want the postcard? You can work towards the postcard, Adamalek. You'll get there. I mean, given that you are a consistent both gifter and bit share on this channel, you're gaining spanners at a faster rate than pretty much everyone else. I think the only way you could step it up any faster without just taking the Quintus approach would be a higher tier sub, and I don't. Yeah, that's literally the only thing you have access to beyond what you already do, Ali. So you're getting there faster than pretty much everyone else. And I know you're not the only one gunning for a postcard. Going to cast on my way out because why not? I've got other abilities to use. And the Predator Queen say hello. Hope you have a glorious day in chat. Have a great day. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Is the postcard a one-person redeem or can multiple? Multiple can, yeah. With the choice of putting a postcard there after the previous redemption, which was the extract everything that Quintus did, I intentionally put it there to be an evergreen item, something that multiple people could work towards, rather than have one person snipe it from everyone else. No, I understand, Adamike. I absolutely understand. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just venturing that's literally the last option left. You are pointing out you're already there. I need a new sub goal. I do see I need a new sub goal. Rather, I will need one next month because that was the sub goal for the month, and all of you just absolutely smashed through it. Ali Malik, completely demolishing it. 35 gifted subs this month is insane, dude. Thank you. And what do you know? We got a kit gun ribbon today. A kit gun ribbon. I'll put it on the pile. There we are then. Let's see. Who put the biggest gamble there? It was Cosmo. Cosmo gambled 1,500 spanners. And they're getting back quite a bit more indeed. There we go. Ever make a weird build? Yes. Yes, I do. Order spanners grow slowly? Slowly but surely, Cosmo. Slowly but surely. Chuck saying, can I have 2 questions about the channel point redeems? Why did pick a frame go from 700 to 1k? And why did I remove the extract all redeems? 700 to 1k was in part because of the increasing size of this channel here. And so it's to make it where there were not too many redemptions for pick a frame which were just being lost. The price of it changed. They also took into account that too many people were using it just for any old random gag of a frame rather than actually picking. As for extract everything, well, it got used. This room used to be very, very, very full of art and sculptures. This is what I have collected since the Reckoning. I mean, that kind of removes an option when the option is used and it's a one-time only option. It's gone. RIP. I hope that explains where those went, Jock. Cosmo say, what would you do if you accidentally click the wrong option as the winner? Apologize and then move on. I apologize and then move on. Alright, Chuck. So, why do you want to see Oberon for the first mission of the Archon Hunt? Because you know that's what mission we're going into next, Shocks. Why do you want to see Oberon? What are we looking at that we're trying to learn about Oberon by picking it for this very specific rescue mission? Not for that mission. Okay, Chuck. Well, you didn't specify. What are we looking for then? You've never seen Oberon gameplay? I've definitely used him on stream. Alright. We'll put that on the back burner then, because Oberon is not a good pick for any of these. Oberon is not a good pick for any of these. Out of curiosity, what is the reckoning that caused you to move the item treasures on the floor? Malasitos, it was the channel point option, extract everything. 500,000 spanners. I melt down every single one of the item sculptures in my collection in the back room. The whole lot gone. A previous regular on the channel, Quintus, decided he wasn't going to wait for the spanners. And so decided to instead tip the stream with 50,000 bits to extract everything. 50,000 bits because he didn't want to wait for the spanners. Yeah, there was a reckoning. Alright, at the moment here, we've just got 3 people in the squad as we go into the Archon Hunt. As they see, it was Liv has dropped out, so we have got a space available if anyone would like to join in as we go on to subdue 29MAR. So send me a message in-game if you wish to join in on that. It's quite the event. It was quite the event, yes. It took a while to pick up everything. It took a very long while to grab all of them. It's going to say like 600,000 endo, something like that, yeah. It's 267 sculptures. 267. Savage Nobaskia, hey Ken, I was wondering if you use Garuda's Fourth to apply slash procs with every hit, would those procs get double dipped? Double dipped by what? You've not finished your question, sorry, so I can't answer it. Yeah, 50,000 bits, if I recall at the time, was something like Twitch purchase price was like £600, yeah, and then Twitch takes its cut. It's there's no getting past that. That was a legendary amount of support right there. Does it dip faction damage? Yes, because slash procs have a fixed equation. The slash procs delivered by the use of Garuda's fourth are still just slash procs from the weapon. They're exactly the same slash procs as you get from Hunter munitions, from internal bleeding and hemorrhage, and because they are exactly the same, if I recall correctly, you can't proc them both at the same time. You can proc slash from your weapon, you can proc slash from one of the 3-4 slashed options, so the impact mods, Hunter munitions, or Garuda's fourth, but you can't get more than one slash proc per hit from each of those options. But otherwise, yes, it does double dip. There's no difference for it being technically an ability. Slash procs have a fixed equation, just like toxin procs, heat procs, gas procs, electric procs. They all have a fixed equation, and they just take it from there. Are bits 50-50? Bits are a wholly different one. Bits, every one US bit is... Hang on, what's going on? Yeah, handshake permission for Nightwave? Yeah. Bits are, 1 bit is 1 US cent to the streamer, just as a matter of fact. If you use it through some kind of, third-party program, so like for example the sound alerts, then there's a further split between myself and the sound alert program. But if you just tip the stream with bits, every 1 bit is 1 US cent to me. How much of a split that is depends on how much you pay for the bits, because they're different packages that Twitch sells to you. Alright, we're not getting anyone to join us on the rescue, so we'll take the 3 of us. Well, I mean, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. I don't know what partner ad revenue is, because I'm not a Twitch partner, I'm only a Twitch affiliate. I'll be honest, I'm not looking to sign up to be a Twitch partner anytime soon. What Twitch offers to partners is very, 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 very little. So, I just don't. If there were to be a proper, serious, positive offered, then I would consider it. The biggest that they offer is a few additional emote slots. At the size of this channel, few is the operative word. The other main things that they offer is they would guarantee transcoding, but I don't think transcoding has not been available on this channel for a very long time now, so that's not an incentive. And they would offer increased ways or increased incentives for me to run adverts for you who are not subscribed. That doesn't seem like to be a positive to me. That does not appear to be a positive to running more adverts against you guys. I mean, I don't know how you lot feel about it. You know, if you're not subscribed, would you like me to start running more adverts? Let me know. Oh, double auto hack, making my day. Making my day. Love to see the juicy auto hack? Absolutely, especially with the animation it comes with. It's just so lovely. It really exemplifies, yep, we're just carving through this one. The mod did it. We're good. Snowy Grayish, ad blocking. Snowy Grayish, you're ad blocking and you're not subscribed. Bad man. Bad man. How dare you? If you want to unblock, if you don't want to see ads, fair enough, but support the creator. Otherwise, you're just taking the content and giving nothing in return, and that's just rude. Yeah, the ad rates on Twitch are nothing amazing. I mean, ad rates in general are nothing amazing. That's just a fact. Wherever you go, ad rates are not amazing. It's different for different categories and whatnot. Gaming is pretty much bottom of the barrel for any kind of advertising anywhere. There you are. Adam Alec. Well, yeah, I mean, I had it too, Adam Alec. Practical problem, practical solution. I approve wholeheartedly of that. Thank you very much, Adam Alec, for gifting a sub to Snowy Grayish, who will no longer need to use ad block on this channel. Or they can keep the ad block on. It doesn't matter. There's no ads to block anymore for Snowy Grayish. Snowy Grayish. You got to appreciate the legend that is Adam Alec. No getting around it. Absolute ledge. Jab move? Absolutely. Alright then, and with that, let's get on to the interception we are here. Let's get on to the interception. Just checking, Zooj for your extra. Yeah, never mind. I'm just going to ignore that. I don't want to bring Gara. Gara's good, I just don't want to bring her. Life is full of solutions? Is indeed. Is indeed. Oh yeah, someone needed to do the handshake with a fang. Start a mission. Let's do the handshake if you've not already done it. I just saw the chat bit pop up there. Handshake! Da 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 da! Excellent. Alright then, let's go.
Do you remember, little, that first day? How our father
Alright, let's grab D. I can't summon an on-call crew. I can, however.
How we sang.
Doubt it.
Hey dreamers, we are up and ready to party.
No one else using ad blocker with no sub? Oh no, everyone else here is a perfectly reasonable person. If they can't afford to subscribe, they appreciate they're still getting the content for free, and therefore allow the smallest of interruptions to get in their way. I mean, it's not that small, granted. Twitch does 15 to 30 seconds, but it's just when you come into the stream and then that's it, it's done. Because I don't run mid-rolls. I have considered the potential of running mid-rolls, what it could potentially do to the stream, what it'd be worth, yada yada, all that lot. And, well, let's face it. Considering how you guys absolutely smash through the sub goal on the stream here, month after month. No. If it's still possible, like an invite to join? Let's see, you just message me? We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. Let's go recover B. Good evening, Ladybug. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Zom also forgot that it is, Oops, did I not finish capping that? My bad. Zom also forgot what day of the week it was. You're not alone there, Ladybug. Ta-da! There we go. And there are a lot of them over there. Let me help them out. Yo! Tremanth, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel, Boffer. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. Your emotes, your access to the supporter T Lounge. Over on the Discord, that is. And of course, no more ads for you either here on Twitch. And Adam Mike, thank you very much for the bit. Appreciate it. Another pyramid for the collection. I'm gonna guess, Cosmo, that is that a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference? I've never actually watched the show, but it feels like the kind of show that will be a reference from. I might be wrong. Yo, get off of that. Alright, well, we are holding all of the points. The Sentients are doing their absolute best to try and be a nuisance. I am not allowing them to continue. Just a meme from a cartoon? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I do not quite get all the references. That's right. That's, you know, there is only so much human culture one can take in. Especially when some of that culture is things like Love Island. Ass. Get off of that. No, not touchy. Not touchy. Not touchy. Get off. Get. I said stop. So many of these guys just thinking they can come in. No, get off. Get off. Thank you. So many of these guys thinking they can just grab these consoles. Like, they don't want you. No, go away. These are our consoles now. No, No. 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 Ah, dear. Maybe the sentients been scary in the earlier quests? Yeah. They were a threat, weren't they? And then we got even stronger. Also, just casually sit inside of a energy leech Xmas bubble and don't give a toss, because not only am I Lavos, I also had status immunity at the time. Literally a non-threat. And Bomb said it was his turn on the Xbox. Nope. These are mine. I am not here to share. They were saying that the catalogue's real nice. Bloody like it. I haven't actually shown it proper on stream yet. We'll get to that after we have done the Archon Hunt here today. But yes, indeed, I do intend to be showcasing that proper in a little bit. Okay, a lot of bad guys here. Lot of bad guys. Let's just stab this one real quick. Thank you. Damn it. They got both at the same time. That's cheating, using both consoles against me. It's fine. I'll just keep on burning my way through. Slowly but surely. Ooh, ribbon sliver. Getting plenty of these today as well. It was being very generous with its slivers. There we go. Get them off of this. That one right there. I don't actually know where the other console is on this one. Is this the other console? I can't tell. Because all interception points have two consoles after all. Just figure out where they are. Everybody saying, saw the Warframe part of it, the design room, got so excited immediately. Wish. I didn't go crazy with all the pictures all the way down, but just the Warframes bit to make it easier. Everyone will see later. We'll talk about the catalogue in a little bit. I'd like to say, I had a shotgun ribbon, get the killing blow on 5 sentients. A few years ago, that many might have been hard to find. Finishing this exact mission earlier. I mean, even a few years ago, it wasn't hard to do. Nah. Plains of Eidolon at night time, easy peasy, bombless, no problem whatsoever. If it's not night time, you could always do the Lure first exterminate mission, crossfire one, because that'll spawn 2 sentients, or 1 plus 1 for every member of the squad. So 2 solo, up to 5 in a full squad. Getting that many sentients was never actually an issue. And I do wonder how many people realise they can just go kill bombs or do that whole exterminate process. It's always an option. And when sentients are immune to status effects, yeah, they were a lot stronger then. And it also kind of ruined every single status build ever, so the only way to kill them was either a shed load of crit corrosive, and then also some other damage types because of their adaptation, or armor strip, and that was also harder to get. Sentients have definitely been made weaker. They're just not the boogeymen they used to be. They are not the boogeymen anymore. Bombs wouldn't work for Ribbon Challenge? Yes, they would. I don't know if you're referring to something from since before I started playing the game. Maybe it didn't work back in 2016 or something stupid, I don't know. But yeah, ever since I started playing the game, they've worked. In fact, not only do I know that they work for Ribbons to this day, I actually put out a video clearing up a whole bunch of myths one of which was posed by DE's Rebecca, who asked me on stream if the headshotting Riven could be done by headshotting Vombalus. Literally called out on stream, querying that one. So, you know. I've been there and done the double checking. It definitely works. If you have to get the kill with a weapon, not a single Riven requires you to get a kill with that specific weapon. Not a single one I can think of requires you to. It'll say get kills, or get kills while gliding, blah blah blah, all the bits. It doesn't actually say to use that particular weapon. Are you thinking something else? You almost certainly were, Markov. You almost certainly were. Right then. So we got that one down. We're now on to the third and final mission. You always assumed you need to use the weapon it was on. A lot of people make that assumption. It's really strange. A lot of people make that assumption. And all I can imagine is that all of those people that make that assumption never get some of the weird Rivens, such as get a headshot from 75 meters away on a shotgun one, or get a melee kill on your pistol Riven. That's the only thing I can assume, is that everyone who believes the Rivens have to go on the weapon has just never had one of those challenges pop up. So, yeah, that's just a thing. Alright, let's get the prediction up and running for this final run of the Archon Hunt. What extra reward are we going to get alongside the actual Archon Shard? Is it going to be another Riven today? Is it perhaps going to be a Nasta Sculpture? Is it perhaps going to be the Triple Former Bundle? Make your predictions now as we go into it. We're going to go for, again, a good old brute force of Revenant approach, especially with it being MR. It's just the best way to do it. It's just the best way to do it. So let's grab Felarx, let's grab the Archon build because it's slappage. No, that was just visual bug. Let's switch this over to Zagara's gift set to corrosive. Yep, there we are. Warframe as is, should be fine. Madurai. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright then. Oh, and Defang Companion, because Companion can mess things up. Gotta remember that bit. Alright then. Would Raw interfere with your one-shot? No. Raw actually helps with the one-shot. No problem whatsoever there. Declawing is unethical. Declawing cats is unethical. Declawing your sentinels is just sensible mission running. Yeah, I disarm Carrier just to make sure that Carrier doesn't decide to start shooting the Archon and trigger any form of adaptation. Just because the Archon fight can be a bit of a past experience anyway, so getting rid of that potential pain point is just a good idea. What's going on here? This is an Archon Hunt. We're on stage 3 of said Archon Hunt. Well, I'm shooting them, but I'm not getting the headshots. Let me try harder. There we go. Now I got my headshots. Added benefit of going for the headshots is that I've got Arcane Consequence as well. So when I do get the headshot, I'm also rewarded with extra bullet jump speed. And it is lovely. It is lovely. Alright, let's just keep the stacks up whilst we wait for everyone to arrive. Remember when we used Avara for this? Yeah, Avara doesn't work as well against MR. MR just kind of blows up the area, which is not so great for Avara. Avara is great against Boreal, but is weaker against Amar and Naira. Wait, what? How did that? Okay. I'm really confused as to what happened there, I'll be quite honest with you. He suddenly seemed to be headbanging into music no one else was listening to. And despite the fact that it appeared I hit the head, it just didn't kill him. Yeah, that was a weird one. That was a weird one. Oh, I always hate it. Stop running around the rock. What was the entire point of... And then someone knocked him down with a kick so I couldn't get the headshot. I just... Does marking Amar trivialize his clones? I don't know. Never tried it. Animalic, you need to request a music change when we're not in the middle of a mission, my dude. Why did I jump that way? So, you'll just have to wait on that one. Also wait on me getting stuck on a locker. That's the thing. None of those were headshots? Damn. Got him. That was pretty easy. Or at least the mark would remain. I stopped looking at where I was going. Oh, I'm going this way. I'll just read that comment later. Alright, currently don't have any headshot stacks, so I could do with finding some enemies along the way to get some headshot stacks on. Hi there, can you look at me? Thank you. It's easier when they're not acting like they're having a seizure. And then you get the ones that just run at walls. Like, bro. Ray talks about the AI breaking. The AI just breaks day to day anyway. Look at that. He spawned too quickly. I couldn't get into position. Oh, I almost had it. I was too far away. Didn't land enough shots on the head. I don't have a gun. He teleported mid-shot. There we are. Not the cleanest kill, but we got there. Not the cleanest, but we'll take it.
Now, he has a near trophy. Good job.
You think that's going to be a Telforge? Maybe, maybe. Hello, Jason. How you doing? Those rocks with little lips on them. I swear. Doorways and rocks with lips on them so that you can catch it just slightly wrong and lose all momentum. They really infuriate me. Not going to lie. Give me a smooth jumping experience. Alright, let's see. Today we get... not a Telforged. And it's a pineapple. A double dip on the oof right there. A double dip on the oof. Ah, well. It's an NASA. The gamble there. Evoluton at the #1 spot on the NASA with 1,010 spanners. You're absolutely right. You're getting back over 4,000 there. Yeah, it did not go well. I said 1-2 predictions in one day. There you are, Flo. You're absolutely on it. You're absolutely on it. Alrighty then. So let's first of all switch over the music. And Malik's request there. There we go. Witherfang, Joe Willie, Raptor, thanks for joining in on the squad. Have yourselves a good one. So as I've put in the stream title, I did want to show to you guys today, I've added a little something to my website. You see, one thing that's occurred to me is that as I've got to this point where there's now so many videos available on my YouTube channel, there's actually quite a lot to dig through. And increasingly often, I have someone ask, hey, have you ever considered covering such and such topic? Or, hey, I've got this idea for a video you could do. I'm like, I've already done it. The video's already there on the channel. Now, sure, you could just use YouTube search, so it'll be great if people could remember. You can just search the Kengineer and topic. But even then, sometimes it doesn't get the right direction. If you don't realize what word you want to be searching for whatever question, it can be easy to miss. So, I have come up with a solution for that, chat. I have come up with a solution for that, a solution which I think you all, or at least certainly many of you, will be quite happy with, and that is indeed the Catalogue. And that is this one right here. I don't know why the computer decided to remind me right there and then, and I can use GeForce Experience. Okay, it's just a website, calm your tits. But yeah, I know, people aren't going to think to check the Catalogue first, I know, but more people can check that now than could before, because previously there was no Catalogue to check. So it improves organisation. The idea with the Catalogue, you've got your sections that it's broken down into, so Warframe guides, weapon guides, other equipment, missions and bosses, resources, mechanics, myth busting, and then meta or discussion pieces. But on top of that, it's all nicely laid out, and you can see even at a glance if there is not a video yet. So if you like, oh yeah, what's the Kenji's build guide for the Banshee? Not done that yet, sorry. I've not done that yet. So it tells you straight up, you're fine, you're not missing a beat, it's actually not there. So all the way through, got that for every single Warframe, and beyond the Warframes, you've got the weapon guides, other equipment, missions, bosses, resources, mechanics, myth busting, questions, meta and discussions. The whole lot is there. So if you do ! Catalogue, you get a link to that, or if you just go to the website, thekengineer.com, it's literally just that, thekengineer.com, and then you got links to all the various bits and pieces, including the Catalogue, to make it as easy as possible to grab whatever you need to grab. You'll have all the images are the default, but Lavos is my Lavos? Oh yeah. Actually, I think a couple of these aren't the default pictures. Most of them are the defaults, granted. Most of them are the defaults. Let's see here. Yeah, but that one is mine. That one is mine. Limbo is mine. Default. I lost my Octavia. I would have liked to put my Octavia, but apparently the image I had of my Octavia has gone for a walk, so I didn't use that. Okay, no, it's just those two. Never mind. It's just those two. Are not the default pictures here, but it's fine. Why were only some of the Warframes Prime? Because I wanted to use the Primes for some of them, and for the others I didn't. I just kind of went with it. So like Hildrin, I actually preferred putting on Hildrin rather than Hildrin Prime. Those massive eyebrows don't really fit, I'll be quite honest. They don't really fit. And as for Grendel Prime, I tried to find a picture of Grendel Prime, but apparently there isn't one at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, Eternalism, what are you doing? It should exist already. Anyway. And yeah, the Ivara default skin, it does sit a bit better. Because the jellyfish look kind of makes her invisible on a white background more than anything. Thanks for your suggestion, Talk. Yeah, I do have an entire website. I don't advertise the website all that much because, let's be honest, there's not really much reason to care about it most days. It says, yes, I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I have a Twitch channel. Yes, I have the replays channel. Yeah, there's tweets. I tweet things. Did you not know I tweet things? Also, by the way, merch. Get yourself a mug. Mugs are available. Get yourself the mug. Chocks I don't use base Excalibur. Umbra looks better. Umbra just looks better. You actually didn't know I tweet things? Damn. Well, now's the time to go follow me on Twitter. There you go. Now, this banner that is on the Twitch stream and is on my website and is on my YouTube channel, it's not for show. Well, it is for show, but it's not just for show. It says YouTube, Twitch, Discord, and Twitter. I am present there. Anyway. Video Catalogue is available. You can access it directly with the command or through the link on the homepage. And it makes it just that little bit easier to see exactly what you can grab hold of. Because I know that scrolling through the videos, like if you're trying to find, oh, where's the builds for Lavos? Well, here's the Lavos build guide, and here's the update with the augment. I've even gone so far as to put a timestamp on it. So if we open that up, it goes straight to the start of the Lavos section of that one. So anyone where I've linked in a video which is multiple different bits, like the nuke builds here, it goes straight to that one to make it even easier for you. There you are. You're following, but you don't ever see my tweets. Well, I don't know what to say to that, Liv. Oh, wait, no, Liv, I do know what to say to that, Liv. When you use Twitter, do you use the For You section or the Following section? Because For You will broadcast all kinds of random bullshit in your face that Twitter's trying to promote, and in the future, that's not even going to include any of my tweets ever because of what they're doing. The Following section should bring me up. So if it's not, I don't know what you've done wrong. You might be following a fake account. I don't know. You might have accidentally followed Kengineer2 or something. There you are. All the bits and pieces are there. The tooltips with the title isn't part of the website, however. This is a Chrome plugin I've got, which just detects YouTube videos and checks what the title is. That's a Chrome plugin. I highly recommend it. Prevents rickrolls. It's brilliant. But yeah, so that is the catalogue to make it all the bit easier for you to see what the hell have I actually done. Because, well, if I open up, for example, the weapon guides, there's quite a few of them now. There's quite a few of them. Dare you ask what's been going on with Twitter? I think that the Twitter's idiot CEO decided to put something to the effect of, hey, we will no longer be showing people in the For You section who are not also Twitter Blue subscribers. And it's like, wow. Wow. So yeah, it's genuinely going down that road of pay us or people will never find you again. Like, I think you've forgotten who makes your website happen, mate. The adverts are supposed to be paying, and they would be paying if he wasn't dumping off the political deep end all the time. Yeah. Yeah, just... Twitter isn't in a great spot, but hey, it's what we've got, really. Pay to win on Twitter. It's worse than pay to win, because if you wanted to be promoted, you can promote tweets. It's a thing you can do. What they're saying is, they're not just going for pay to win, it's pay to play. Let's take away the discovery bit. Luckily, I don't rely on Twitter for discovery, but they're just taking away the discovery entirely. You know what YouTube doesn't do? YouTube doesn't say, oh, sorry, you didn't pay us, so we're not going to show your video to anyone. YouTube goes, hey, let's try this video on some people. Oh, did they like it? Shit, let's show it to more people then. Job done. That's, yeah. Infinitely better discovery system. Infinitely better. But hey, Twitter is there if you do use Twitter. Twitter is there if you do use Twitter. Otherwise, if you want to skip all the social media stuff and just get straight to the core of the information, boom, you have a catalogue now. This is only a catalogue for the main channel, so I've not gone through all of my streams. I'm not going to go through all my streams to cut down every last little reference to every last Warframe. That's, even if I did do that, that would clutter the hell out of this. This is designed to be as easy as possible. When you want to an answer, and you want to see, has Kenjini got an answer? Boom. Catalogue. A proper index for everything. Everything I've done. Even down to the myth busting. If you go to the myth busting section, it's got the myths which are in the myth busting videos. Even easier for you. So you know exactly which myth you want to be going to, which video it's in, where you can find the answer. Lady was saying, do you think the links just pasted under the non-Warframe section look a bit cluttered? Might be better making the words themselves the links and saying it's functional, not beauty. So I did consider putting it onto the words themselves. I'll be honest, I went both ways of it. I wasn't sure whether to go with the links or to go with links separate to the words. So I get that it can look a bit cluttered there. I'm not sure either which way and what way I want to go with that. Those extra ones are more as an index basis. The graphic-y shiny bits here is because I figured that most people are looking for the Warframe bits. Yeah. Does anyone know, can relic packs give things that are vaulted? No, they can't. They can give you Ire. Ire you can use to get Prime Resurgence relics, which are technically unvaulted relics, but that's it. You cannot get vaulted relics ever from a relic pack. Just not possible. Could do both. Doing both kind of defeats the point, when it comes to putting the links on the words. Because if the link is there and the words, why would you put it on the words? So it would be one or the other. Doing both is just redundant. Jock, cheers. Oh, and one last thing. There is a hidden Easter egg somewhere in this catalogue. There is a hidden Easter egg. So let me know if you find it. Let me know if you find that one. Alright then. So that is the catalogue. The more you know. Or literally, the more you now can know, because you don't have to go wading through YouTube to try and find it. In that, with that all said and done, I also promised you lot a challenge. I promised you all a challenge. Or at least I certainly put it in the stream title, didn't I? Yep, build challenge. Yep. Over Memento. Oh yeah, okay. Chalk wants to see Oberon in action first, then we'll have the challenge. Let's go do an Oberon moment. I said we'll be doing stuff over on the Zaraman after the challenge, so let's get an Oberon moment going there first. What's the standard build I have on this thing? I really don't like Oberon, I'll be honest. He's got nothing interesting going for him these days. Oh yeah, he's got a bit of radiation. He can put down some grass. He can slightly heal his teammates at a 71.6 per second health. Which is not... It's not bad, but it's not grand. And unfortunately, there's either a level between... There's not much of a difference between Star Chart, where you just walk over everything, and Steel Path, where that health isn't going to work, except for Warframes, which already didn't need it. Hey, you found the Easter egg. Alright, Ladybug and Sis Shadow both found the Easter egg. I figured you'd appreciate that. I figured you'd appreciate it, Ladybug. Yeah, even this on Oberon, it's like, oh yeah, Reckoning, arm reduction. Arm reduction is great, except it needs to combo with other abilities, and it's slow to cast, and the damage is... Yeah. The whole lot is just, yeah. So, we'll give it a roll. We'll run it through. It's a frame. There's not really a lot to be said for Oberon. It's a frame. A real quick carrier with its weapon, because why not? What's the chance for a Requiem Relic drop from a Thrall? From a Thrall, I think D posted it something like 5%. Against Hounds, we're not sure. It does say on the wiki, though. Oberon needs a Pablo touch? I mean, that's saying Oberon needs a rework, so, yeah. Alrighty, Oberon. Well, let's pop on our heal at least. Might as well have it active. This is what I mean about the star chart. And why Oberon's heal just doesn't really seem to matter on the star chart. Because you can just kind of walk through bad guys. Unless you're reloading. That is the one downside to a Warframe. You sometimes have to reload. But yeah, we could just kind of walk through them. And this is like level, what was it, level 50? Level 50, yeah. And then you get Steel Path level 150, where they have oodles more hit points in everything. And then the 72 HP per second heal I get with however much armor Oberon supposedly has just ain't gonna cut it. Certainly not for the energy demand that it has with it. Hello, Smuggler. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well yourself. I mean, it just... They're standing up from it. This is Star Chart, and they're standing up from the damage on the floor. It disappoints me. What weapon am I using? I'm using the Ambrex. The Ambrex does not disappoint. Does this heal still drain more energy if Necros and his shadows are out? I've not tested that functionality directly, but I'd imagine so. I've not come across any kind of patch to say otherwise. I have not come across anything, no. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a little claw thing. What is this one? Energy orbs grant energy regen. Sure, why not? This guy will give me some. Boom! Now I have an energy regen. Why not? Can his heal defense targets? I believe so, but in a restricted fashion. And certain targets don't count. And mirror defense doesn't count. But pretty much everything. I don't think the interaction between Oberon's 3 and Necros' Shadows was ever intended to be quite so lopsided. It's just a thing that exists. But yeah. I've never really cared much for Oberon. He's never been an interesting frame to me. Literally never. And I got him back when you could still get him from Xmas drops. So, there's nothing really to say for him. He's just extremely mediocre. Like, wow, little radiation blobs. Yay. Pretty certain my carrier's doing more. Just making so it doesn't drain respect as another non-Warframe players. I mean, it would be so easy to do that. That's one of the options as to how you could go about changing the interaction. There are certainly lots of options they could go with. Also, let's kill the angel. Oh, yeah. They just haven't done those options to this point.
That thing starts moving, and it will. You better know what to do.
Come on, up you get. God, these things take so long to wake up. Right then. Excuse me. I would like my frame back. Thank you. Actually, I don't want my frame anymore. Oh. Well, that was easy. I always love how quick that is. I always love how quick that kill is. How'd I kill it so fast? That is Madurai, Arcanes, and a good amp. All that lot put together, it's insane amount of damage. Absolutely insane. And then we got Glaive Prime, which is... It's Glaive Prime. Glaive Prime is ridiculous. There we are. Easy peasy. And no thanks to Oberon, to be quite honest. No thanks to Oberon. I haven't got a video on very specifically taking down the angels, I don't think, no. I can just show you real quickly, if we go into Operator here, the bits that actually matter. In the focus, we got Madurai. So, on Madurai, Void Strike here, when we activate this ability, we burn up all of our Operator's energy, and this allows us to deal literally 10 times more damage. It's an insane damage buff. Also power transfer, when we switch into our operator, for 20 seconds we have double crit damage on our amp, so that's another huge bonus. Well, it's plus 100%, not double, but you get what I mean. Make sure you do switch into operator before going through the orb, because for some reason, just jumping into the orb with your Warframe doesn't trigger this, apparently. But hey, it's a thing. On top of that, in the equipment here, these are just for tanking purposes, so it is only Amp Arcanes I'm using here. That looks weird. It's only Amp Arcanes I'm using here. So with Eternal Onslaught, when the energy is depleted, I gain a huge amount of critical chance. And when we use the ability which drains our energy, that's perfect. And then Eternal Eradicate. On operator ability, bonus damage to amps. So we've got a crit chance bonus, a crit damage bonus, a damage bonus, a further damage bonus, all coming together. And it just goes... just wipes through bad guys. It's brilliant. It's literally a combo designed to work together. And in terms of the crit chance bonuses, well, you can see here that the crit chance on my attack is 58% normally. So that crit chance bonus is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. You bring that all together and your operator just slaps. Your operator just slaps. Also, I noticed I hit 1 million focus on Madurai again. So let's grab a thing. What do I want to get?
Shine that light of yours.
What do I want to get? Do I want to get... Ooh, should I get a Phosphine Glyph? I could put it on my Orbiter, or I could put that Glyph down. Which should I go for, chat? Glyph or Orbiter landing craft decoration? Orbiter or landing craft? Which one should I go for? Yeah, I know it's for decor, yeah. Yeah. Landing, landing, landing. Not looking at the emblem, so... Decor, decor, landing, landing, landing. We're swinging towards landing craft. We're swinging towards landing craft. Let's go at landing craft then. Let's grab that. Now I've got to put it to use. Let's do that as well. Equipment. I can't access it from here, so we'll leave. Allow you to bet on it? What do you mean bet? What's there to bet on? Which one would I pick? Anyway, equipment, orbiter, a landing craft. Here we go. So let's replace the True Master one with the Madurai one. There we go. I now have a new hood ornament. No, Idol, we're not doing that, no. Because that would just send the spanners to... No, it just doesn't work. The way you do it would be a poll where people can vote again using their spanners. Eye? Yes, Eye. Ideas for Ideas Fever. Do you have a bigger question? Because I'm not Google. I don't understand what question you're trying to ask with just 2 words and question mark. Yeah. Oberon, not a great spot. Not a great spot. The landing craft ability, that's you. I'm not sure if you're asking or saying at this point, Ideas, so I'm going to leave you with that one. I'm just going to move on from that. Alright then, we've had a little stint of Oberon. So, I have a challenge. And for that challenge, what I'm just going to quickly have to do is switch us to this little screen here. Just so you can't see what I'm doing on my side. Just doing a little cheeky switch around of some bits and pieces I put together earlier. Just getting them back into position. Because of course we're doing other stuff. That and that should do the trick. Yes. Okay. Do you get a medal if you win? No, this is purely to see if you can beat the challenge. You get bragging rights for saying you beat the challenge. Okay. Bragging rights. Let's go with that. Your free stuff is in the raffle that we're doing as a matter of course anyway. Alright then, chat. So, we're all set up and ready to go now. Yes, that is your AD you can see on screen. Your challenge, chat. Your challenge is very, very, and I do mean exceedingly, simple. I'm going to run through a mission. I'm going to run through, as soon as I can remember where it is, there we are. I'm going to run through a Steel Path mission. All you're going to do is pay very careful attention to the mission. Pay very careful attention. And I want you to send me a Discord message with the mods you think I am using. Just on Eurali. We don't care about the rest of the stuff. Just on Eurali, what mods am I using on her? Send me a Discord message when you think you've figured out any or all of the mods. You've got until the end of the mission. As soon as I end the mission, that's it. Submissions close in terms of the little challenge. This is why the overlay is off, so you don't get to see what I'm using. You've just got to figure it out. I want to see if you can pay good enough attention. If you're on a really low resolution, then it's going to be a bit harder, I'm sure. You won't be able to see the numbers here or there as well, but see if you can figure out what mods I've got on your AD. Which ones am I using to do this Steel Path mission solo? Is it going to be an armor mod? Am I using a certain arcane? Maybe you'll notice something going on with the sprint speed, or maybe not. I'm not going to give you hints. I'm just going to guide you towards the potential things you need to be looking out for. Pay attention to everything that is in use. See if you can figure out what changes I've made. Because I've been doing guides for a very long time now. I've told you guys loads about what weapons to use and what mods to use, what arcanes to use. At this point, I want to see how many of you can actually figure it out. All the information you're going to get, though, is watching this stream. And so if you are watching on a tiny resolution, that's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. I do not like that this thing is inside of this room. I really do not like that this thing is inside of this room. That seems like a bad idea. Why is there an ambulance indoors? Who let the ambulance indoors?
We have got to find the terminal. Proceed to repair.
Anyway, I've grabbed that. I'm just gonna ride away from that. Don't mind me coming through. Excuse me. The ambulance got cold. Well, the ambulance can stay cold. It lives on bloody Pluto. What did it think was going to happen? That we're going to make it a birthday cake? I'm surprised that we can even move around here without life support. This does not look like a very Pluto-y world, if I'm quite honest with you. Like, how is the sky so bright? What the hell Orican magic feckery is this? You can see about 3 pixels? Oh, you need to do better than that. Come on. Come on, you can open up your screen bigger than that. At least 10 pixels. I go to all this effort to stream, you can at least see 10 pixels of it. Feed the ambulance cake. I do not have cake to give the ambulance. The cake is a lie, okay? The cake is a lie. Google your early stats, first thing you see, sex female. Well, at least you figured that one out, you know. The first thing you look up on a Warframe is its sex, honestly. They really know their market, don't they? Okay, there is a lot of things attacking and I can't see exactly where they're all coming from! What is long-ranging this thing? Oh, the console died. Ah, console died at the very last second. God damn. God damn, console died right at the last second. That was a really open area. They were long range of me. That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. All right then. So let's have a look at the messages then. Let's see what everyone sent on Discord. Y'all are shit. Repeat the mission. All right, yeah. I intended you to have the full 3 consoles. Repeat the mission. We'll repeat the mission. And this time, a quick reminder, you need to actually send your answers before the end of the mission.
Accept your death.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I do need to pay a little bit more attention to the game rather than the chat there. I let that console die just at the last second. I was a bit too late on figuring out it was a bit screwed. So, you'll have to forgive me now, chat. I'm now going to completely ignore you all whilst I do this mission. I will say that this is actually easier than you think, this challenge. You have access to Google. I'm not telling you can't look up anything. You have access to the wiki to have a look and see what your AD is capable of. You should be able to start putting things together. If you can't, well, skill issue. Your problem, not mine. Can we Discord DM me? Yes. Send me a Discord DM with what you think are the mods on the frame here. Even if you only get one of them correct. If you can only figure out one of the mods, fine. If you have a suspicion, hey, it's better than not having a suspicion. Try. Do you use the escape if you don't know you're ready? Well, I'll have to fix that at some point, won't I? Oh, the ambulance is inside again. Hello, yes. Will the owner of the ambulance, AMB1337, please pick it up from inside the room? It is clogging up the area. That is the owner of ambulance AMB1337. Please pick up your ambulance. Thank you.
Area completed. Move on. We have got to find a terminal. Proceed and prepare.
I'm just quickly skedaddle from that area. Doing my absolute best to try and navigate this very tight old tile set. And then you get this open room, which just feels made for you, really, in comparison. I saw those enemies spawn the moment I put that in. They were not in that room a millisecond ago. Yeah, I can't fully ignore the chat, Zom. I know. I can't fully ignore the chat. You guys are too fun. Remember, you got to be sending over before the mission ends for your guesses to count. If you wait until the mission ends, it doesn't count because you took too long. It is a strict deadline. You do need to get in your guesses before the end. You wait until I lose again, tough, that's on you. How many guesses can you have? Well, you can edit the message, so send in as much or as little detail as you want. You've got until the mission's over. If you want to update your message because you go, oh wait, no, I saw you do that thing. Aha, that means you have this, then do it. You've got the time. Work on your answers, but get writing. I couldn't find you to DM. It's not an acceptable answer after all, so get going. Oopsie, that was not supposed to happen. Excuse me, whilst I just quickly use the operator to revive, and we're good to continue. Does focus matter? No, just the mods on your Rayleigh. Just what's on your Rayleigh. You don't need to worry about the weapon, you don't need to worry about the operator, all that stuff doesn't matter. Or rather, it matters I'm using it, but it doesn't matter to your challenge. I'm not asking you to figure out everything that's going on. That would be unfair. None of you would guess the stats on my ribbon. I'm asking you to guess what is on your Rayleigh. Or not guess, figure it out. The information is in front of your eyes, at least most of it. There might be some bits that are really hard to tell, especially on low resolutions, but you'll be able to figure it out. Just make sure you are sending over your guesses on Discord ASAP. Because, well, it's... Oh my god, is that violence? Who invited this guy? Ah, just kidding, it's not a threat at all. Not a threat whatsoever. I was joking with you. Don't you go comparing notes now. I want to get the messages from those who've figured it out, not from those who've read what other people have said. Don't you go comparing notes now. You only ruin your own ability to seem like the smarty pants in the room if you think you figured it out. Spend your time messaging me, not the chat, with your answer. Unless you're lying to the chat, in which case go for it. If someone falls for someone else in chat lying, ha! That's what you get for cheating. Alright, mission done this time, because I've focused on it a little bit better than last time. And then you get that really wide open area. That wide open area was a bit of a harsh one. Mission successful. There we are.
Conquered the foe, so you
5.5 minutes, 390 kills. Alright then. Let's have a look at all of these guesses. We've had a few come through. So let's have a look then. Let's have a look. So, first up then, we have the guess. Let me just move things around a bit here. We have the guess from Chick Noodle. Chick Noodle believes that Euralia is completely unmodded. Interesting. Kata has gone for, my wild guess is Euralia is wholly unmodded. Interesting. Cosmo thinks I'm using warm coat. Interesting. Chocodika thinks I have no mods on. Sister Shadow, both Euralia augments. No mods at all. Nothing at all. You bastards, you take all the fun out of it. Not a single... one of you thought there were augments there. One of you thought there were augments there. At least I managed one of you. Damn it! I thought you'd expect at least something. The prize gets split between you, so a bunch of you get to feel slightly good about yourselves. You can put a nickname next to your name on Discord, or bracket smart, with an A this time rather than smart, if you actually got it. Yeah. I was going to be honest, my very first guess was nothing but the motor set. I mean, fair. No. Was Merlina modded? You can't mod Merlina. Merlina cannot be modded at all. There is nothing to her. So this was an entire Steel Path mobile defense mission against the Corpus with its nullifiers, using just a Spore Laser and no mods. Took out the Acolyte, defended all 3 consoles. Granted, second time around, the first time I lost a console at the last second. That was unfortunate. But yeah. Completely unmodded Euralia, despite the fact that it's got triple Umbral and Auraformer on here. We ignore that bit. That is you guys' fault. And she handles it. So now, with that in mind, is there anyone here that still believes that Euralia is bad as bad Warframe? Is there anyone here that still believes that Euralia is a bad Warframe? Spore Laser is powerful? Oh yeah, Spore Laser is powerful. I have a very powerful Spore Laser. You saw what it did to Violence. I don't think I landed a single direct hit on Violence, but Violence died to the Spore Laser, which is understandable. It's a good kit gun. There are also some people who believe you need to have either Tenet weapons or Prime weapons, stuff like that. Nah, it kills. Was that pure Toxin? Indeed, yes. Pure Toxin. Like, oh, but Violence has armor. You need to armor strip that. You can't use pure Toxin. That won't work. Armored enemies do not die to pure Toxin. Only corrosive viral slash is the way to... No, shut the fuck up if that's how you think. Don't tell people how to play the game if you don't know the first thing about how the game works. I come across that so often. People are like, oh no, viral heat or corrosive heat is the only way to play the game. You are an idiot if you think that Toxin modding is ever going to be... It killed the Acolyte and all the Corpus. The only thing it struggled against was the frickin' Ambulance, which, it's understandable, this isn't an AoE weapon. And an unmodded Euralia. Yeah. Now, this is actually based on a true story in that I was trying to do some testing, see what's actually going on with Euralia, because I was testing a variety of different frames. Bits and pieces here or there. I am in progress on working on One Small Change Round 2. Of course, Euralia has a lot of things to change. A lot. So many bugs. But this was not a bug. This was a case of I was on a testing build, and then I forgot to switch from this no mod build to an actual build when I went into that Steel Path mission. I only realized halfway through when I noticed that my shields dropped to 0 and I went, wait, that's not supposed to happen. Oh, fuck. So, yeah. There you have it. I perhaps gave you a little bit too much time to figure it out with the whole running a second mission, or maybe gave too many hints along the way. I don't know. But Chick Noodle, absolutely spot on. Kata, absolutely spot on. Let's see. Chocodika, absolutely spot on. Anasi, absolutely spot on. And Umbrella, which is Idle Outlaw, absolutely spot on. Well done, all of you guys. You absolutely figured it out. Can I give you a smart server role? Not a smart server role, no, but you can have the bracket smart. Only the 5 of you who have earned it, though. Only the 5 of you have earned it. You can change your nickname without Nitro. You do not need Nitro to change your nickname on the server. It's just your nickname, not your account name, just your nickname. You can absolutely change that. Not server side? Yes, server side. People do it all the time. I mean, if you want to put smart/smart, you can do that as well, Cosmo, to recognize the increasing number of events you're taking part in. Change the account name too. I'm just imagining someone signing onto a server. It's just something like, hey, welcome there, Mr. Johnny, bracket smart? You're wrong? Oh, well, yeah, true, Cosmo. You were technically wrong, weren't you? Let me see, Cosmo... Yeah, Cosmo's guess was, firstly, Warm Coat, and then secondly, they linked list of mods, all Warframe mods, so, yeah. Oh, you need Nitro? Choc, since whenever you need... Choc, I don't know what you're clicking. You right... let me just grab my name. Oh, I can't even do it whilst I'm in the middle of bloody streaming. Yeah, I can't bring it up whilst I'm streaming. Streamer mode blocks it. You've always been able to change your nickname without Nitro. I don't know what you're looking at that says you need Nitro. I've never needed it before. Is it mobile that's causing that? It might be mobile. It might be that mobile sucks. Maybe you need to be on PC to not have to deal with mobile nickel and diming BS, which seems to be an increasing trend everywhere. So Discord Mobile requires Nitro to change your nickname, but Discord Tablet and Discord PC doesn't. Oh no, Chick Noodle saying it worked fine for them on mobile. Oh, now it's asking Flow for that. Wait, did Discord change? Okay. Those of you who are actively trying to change your username right now, only those of you who are doing so. If you've done it in the past, it's no longer relevant because we're looking at today right now. Can you change your nickname right now? Lady was saying change mine 5 minutes ago. Let's have a look here. Searching for current Ladybug. Yeah, you've changed yours. Do you have anything on you that says it shouldn't? I don't see anything. Lock you out of that. F-King can do it. Cafe Filter can do it. Alright. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll clicking the wrong thing and didn't notice. Maybe Discord is just as well put together as Warframe is. Honestly, at this point, I just expect that every program breaks. Flow Thought saying found how? Oh, go on. It can be done. Okay, go on. Do tell more. Share the information. Let us all learn what we can do. Oh, and apparently my video quality has dropped to none. What? Computer? Hello? Okay, yep. Twitch has decided I'm no longer streaming a video anymore. I'm still coming... Yeah, I'm still coming through. But Twitch has decided I'm no longer sending video and has stopped giving me a video quality output. Why is everything breaking? Why is everything breaking? So Flo's saying you need to click on the X to delete the current one first, then you can edit it. Oh, so you have to wipe out your nickname to put in your nickname. Huh. What? Why does nothing work? Why does nothing work? I don't get it. Nothing works properly these days, I swear. It used to be that printers were things that never worked, and everything else just kind of did what it did. If you had an issue with your mouse, you just needed to get out a boiled egg and just replace the orb in the middle of your mouse. That's all you had to do. Nowadays, everything breaks. I don't get it. You need to link your Discord and Twitch to get your sub access? You absolutely do, yes. If you're a subscriber on Twitch here, whether you've been gifted a subscription or paid for it yourself, and you're not connecting up your Twitch and Discord accounts, you're missing out. You're missing out on your access to the supporter T Lounge, you're missing out on your roles. You're just throwing away benefits there. The supporter T Lounge is your closer access to myself when I'm not on stream. Not to mention, you get to vote on what happens on Fridays. So absolutely do that. At the moment, last I checked, there are typically 19 people. Just 19 people who decide what happens on a Friday stream. So if just 5 of you right now, out of the 123 watching, if just 5 of you right now connected up your accounts to be able to join in on votes in the supporter T Lounge, you could swing that stream to basically whatever you pleased. If you work together, of course. It genuinely surprises me how few people actually choose what happens on a Friday. Hey, there we go. I mean, I know that a lot of you just want Warframe, for sure. Alright then. Messing around with you ready to the side. Let's head on over to the Zaraman. Let's head over to the Zaraman, because you see, as much as I just hit 1 million focus and got myself the, what was it, the Sundial thing? Whatever it is on the front of the ship there. I would like to finish off, or get towards finishing off some more of these as well. Because, like, Bionairu, it's got this whole one here I've not done yet. But, really bad one. Naramon, I've got a missing bit here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. A bunch of spaces left open, and don't even get me started on Vazarin. Because I'm not... 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, loads missing, and another one on Mending Soul. So yeah, let's use the Zaraman as a good excuse to work through some of that. I'm gonna go with Vazarin. It's the furthest behind. Let's bring it up to speed a bit. Let's bring it up to speed a bit. There's also fun things happening in lounge sometimes. Oh, absolutely. Brother Oni saying, I never seem to catch the poll in time. What do you mean you never seem to catch the poll in time, Brother Oni? It's up for the entire week. Minus maybe a day or two if I didn't post it over the weekend. It's up the entire week. In fact, let's see. When did I post the poll most recently in Sports Tea Lounge? I posted it at Saturday, the 25th of March, 11:35 local time. So that poll went up, what's that, 13 hours after the end of the stream? 13 hours after, and it's another week until it goes again. Yeah. Dear. Yeah, someone suggested maybe putting that one into creating a specific poll channel, so this even easier for those of you who are subscribed to actually see it. I might actually try out with that. See how that works out for everyone. I didn't want to overclutter the Discord with channels, but maybe that one has to happen. Lady would say vote for whatever they voted for, otherwise don't. Okay, so I'd have to connect Twitch and Discord too. You don't like that. If you don't mind me asking, King, why don't you want to connect up your Twitch and Discord? I've heard a couple people say that, but I've not heard anyone so far explain why. I'm just wondering what your reason is. Whilst F-King has to think about that and whether or not they want to say, let's rebuild a squad as we go into the Zaraman as well. If you want to join me, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you into the squad and we will delete everything on that Void add-on ship together. Another saying Twitch is for degenerates. We don't want to be seen on Discord as such. You can just hide that connection. Alternatively, if you want to have access to the supporter T-Lounge without using your Twitch account, you can become a member over on YouTube. I think it's actually a lower cost for most regions over on YouTube. Or you can become a Patreon supporter. So there are 3 ways you can get access to the same T-Lounge and therefore the same voting system. It doesn't matter which one you subscribed on, you still only get 1 vote. What mission are we running? The Exterminate. I always prefer the Exterminate over on the Zaraman. I'm aware of the Bolterberg, yeah. Lady was saying I felt iffy about it initially, just because I'm old, don't like the snap connecting nonsense we have nowadays. Everything's already connected. If you think everything isn't already connected, you are deceiving yourself. It is already connected. If you use the same email address in different places, it's already connected. If you use the same computer, the same phone, it's already connected. If you use a phone and a PC to access the same account at some point, you've connected them. You don't say you've connected it, it doesn't show on your screen you've connected it, but now they have the cookies, now they have the tracking data, it's connected. I recall that apparently Google had to step back the amount of connectiveness it showed to its users, because when people discovered just how prepared their Android phones were, telling them, oh yeah, I know what website you're trying to go to, I know what your email address is, I know what your password is, yeah, I've got you signed in. When it was doing all these bits and pieces, just bum, there you go. People are like, why does it know so much about me? Now Google drew that back a bit, and then it's been slowly increasing the connectivity again over time. This is going back years now. But they didn't stop actually connecting the dots of a person. They just didn't make it as visible to make people feel happier. Everything's connected already. Hell, I knew this way back. Let me think, how far back am I talking now? I was 16, so 13 years ago. I proved this beyond a shadow of a doubt. 13 years ago. The good old days of RuneScape it was for me back then. And by the way, guys, like I said, send me a messaging game if you do want to be on the Zaraman here. Back in the heyday of RuneScape for me, I had a clan member who claimed that they were secure and stuff. They were studying IT. They were already at university at that point. They knew what was going on with stuff. They had secured everything. No, you haven't. Yeah. There's no drops on this channel, Grim Eater, but there is the raffle. Exclamation mark raffle for that. And in the end, what they said was, fine, prove it. Find me. See if you can. See how much you can find out about me. It's like, okay. All I had was their RuneScape username. I knew that they were at university studying something IT. And I knew that they were... and I knew that they were in the UK. That was what I had to work on. From that, well, with the username, I found a single website forum where they'd use the same username. And with that forum, the forum had exposed a link to a website they had made. And from that website they had made, I grabbed their email address. All through this, I was able to verify, yep, I am dealing with the correct person here. With their email address, I managed to find a whole bunch of other accounts and details. So I had to get more information about them. I managed to get a hold of their actual first and last name. With their first and last name, I also then managed to find an article where they had been published in some university press release demonstrating that they'd done some cool little projects as they were getting started in their university course. And bits and pieces kept on coming together. In the end, I had enough information there, verifying, yep, I've 100% got the right person. Here's more information about them, including, now I know for certain their age. And with that, I could then check over on some census data, found out that their family was on the census, was not the census, Oh, was just on the directory, whatever it's called. Basically, I could find out their family address details. And so with all this information all in hand, I didn't go back to them on RuneScape to confirm it. I just simply opened up a call with them on Skype. We'd never spoken on Skype before at all. Opened up a call on Skype, introduced myself, and told them, yeah, you were wrong, mate. Voter registry, that's one. Thank you, Brother Oni. Yeah. No conspiracy board, no crazy thing like that. I just followed detail after detail. They thought they had disconnected from everything, but they hadn't. The world is connected. This was 13 years ago, and I'm just some dude. I'm just some dude. So if you think that you aren't being connected up, if you think that the apps and whatnot haven't already gleaned as much information as physically possible to know everything they can about you, you are deceiving yourself. I'm sorry to let you know that. Casual doxing, he challenged me to do it. That's why I was fine to do it. He literally challenged me to do it, saying that I couldn't. And if anything, it's better me than someone malicious. Let's think about it that way, you know? It definitely concerned the hell out of them. But they needed to know they weren't actually as secure as they thought. Oh, doing this without Madurai hurts on Steel Path. I shouldn't have left this on Steel Path. And I can still get the orange crits out of it. Just stacking up the arcanes. Oh, now it's really far away from me. Now it's doing the laser, I just need to wait in the bubble for it to do its thing. Come on back over, please. It's not almost recovered, it's only halfway through. I would like to have another bubble. Oops. Ah, there we are, just about. I'm going to have to do that again. Yeah. I've done less extreme versions of that before now, again, when others have challenged me. Not to find out their personal details, one was enough for me, thank you. I don't want to be causing any particular tracking of me to get concerned either. Like, for example, in EVE Online, people post up a screenshot, they thought they'd scrubbed out all of the details. And to be fair, they'd scrub a lot of details. They just forgot to scrub details like the number of planets in their system and the number of moons. I could just about make out in the tiny pixelated graphics. And then I correspond that with the nebula I could see in the background, and corroborate that with the likely areas they could be inhabiting, put it all together and tell them their exact location in the game. Out of hundreds, if not thousands, I can't remember. Yeah, probably thousands of star systems, I could tell them the exact one they were in, and roughly where in it they were. Because it turns out that people are terrible at hiding information. Really, truly terrible at it. God, this is painful to do with Naramon. Why has the angel stopped attacking? Alright. Angel was just like, bro, just kill me. Oh, and Tormentor spawned. Okay. Well, I guess Torment just wants to die in the process then. Hi, Torment. Bye, Torment. What a stupid acolyte. Right then, where were we? Ah yes, killing the Grenier. Now I have no stacks on my gun, because that's how this game works. I'll just have to slowly build them all up again. Yeah, I've stopped playing E for a long while now. the situations of that game evolved, and it just ran its course for me. It just ran its course. But it was a wild experiences had there, yeah. Eve stories remind you of your granddad telling stories in a nice way. I get what you mean. I get what you mean, yeah. That graphic always is a bit... Anyway. Well, what you're hearing of war stories, well, you're not entirely sure if they're true, Cosmo, but at the same time, you somehow know they are true, but you kind of still can't believe that they're true because they're just crazy. You don't play Eve? What you read, it sounds like it needs a full-time job. No. However, it is one of those games where the more time you put in, the more you get out of it by a huge amount. And it was not a game where you could just dob in for 5 minutes for most activities. Now, here in Warframe, if you've got 5 minutes to spare, you can run a 5-minute mission and then leave. In Eve, you needed to set aside time to play it. Whether those 20 minutes, an hour, 5 hours, whatever you pick, but you needed to set the time aside to do it. And once you were out, if you wanted to leave early, as it were, you could be leaving yourself in quite the predicament for doing so, depending on what activity you were doing. If you're in a bog standard mission, as it were, because those things exist, going, oh wait, I've got something to do, I'm gonna have to get off the game now. Like, oh, the kid's screaming, I need to put down the game and be a parent. You might not have time to get back to the mission. That would lead to mission failure. You don't get the rewards. That would lead to all kinds of penalties with the factions, and those penalties could start to get rather extreme, potentially even blocking you out of continuing further missions with them for a while. When it comes to the PvP aspect, because it is a single shard, viciously PvP game where you can destroy other people's actual assets even when they're offline, the game necessitates some kind of protections to allow people to actually be online to have their stuff guarded by themselves. This means that if you want to attack someone, it can take hours, if not days, to do it properly. And likewise, if you want to defend your stuff from someone, you need to be ready for someone saying, yep, we're doing this now. Because if you don't respond, you can just lose it. And that can be seriously off-putting. That's where, obviously, you want to then have a group of people, spread the load, as it were. But there's still limitations to how much you can feel you can get involved in. If you go away for 3 days, you come back and your friends say, yeah, man, we could have used you because you had the skills to use this ship and we don't, and bad guys came, and by the way, we are now £100 worth of in-game assets poorer. It's all just gone. And if you've not got, all the time in the world, that hurts. Like, Ark wants you to log in every 3 hours for feed your dinos? Okay, that's extreme. That is truly extreme. It's not quite like that. Unless you intentionally set things up to require that amount of min-maxing. But, like, fueling up stations, you can fuel them up for potentially weeks on end. Or you might, or some of the smallest stations called player-owned star bases, you might only be able to get in enough for a few days. And if it gets attacked, depending on what you've set up on it, you might need to respond in a given 24-hour period. Yeah, brother, only pause fueling. Fun times. Where is this guy? Oh, he's gone off my radar. He was on my radar right next to me. Hello, Mania. Do you want to die? I think you want to die, don't you, Mania? Here you go, Mania. Let me help you with that. Bye-bye, Mania. Anyway, who was I killing? Oh, yes, this guy. Acolytes are definitely not a threat to Glade Prime, are they? Glade Prime is ridiculously strong. Alright, isn't this my, I can't tell, is this my toxin build? The toxin or corrosive? Well, that was blast proc. Yeah, this is my toxin build. So this kills Corpus and Grineer just as effectively as each other. If anything, it kills the Corpus faster, but that's because we're skipping the whole shields bit. If you say it doesn't sound like a game to me, Eva's what you make of it. Eva's what you make of it, and that has its pros and that has its cons. Being of such a scale as it has, you can take it as high as you want to, or it can go right down low. I knew someone who their entire interaction with the game was they logged in, they loaded up their choice of mission, they flew their ship over to where it was, which was normally just a minute's travel. They would fire their missiles, and then they would go back and they would collect their bounty. And that's it. That was their gameplay loop. They went out, they shot, they came back. They went out, they shot, they came back. They went out, they shot, they came back. They didn't worry about salvaging. If someone in their group wanted to salvage, they'd send them the bookmark and say, it's yours, go have it. Whatever, I don't want it. They didn't care about grabbing all the different drops. They didn't care about min-maxing which missions they were picking up. They just picked up a mission, went out, shot, came back. Oh, we've had the build challenge script tab. I should probably update the bit now on the stream. There we are. We've done the build challenge earlier. You missed out on that one, sorry. And this person, like, all they were doing with that is they were just building up their finances. They were getting shinier pieces for different ships, trying out different builds that were sent their way. They weren't building the ships themselves. They were just going, yep, I want that one, and I want these modules someone told me to put on it. Let's go out and shoot. Pew, pew, pew. Cool, that's fun. And back they go. I love how the more you talk about Eve, makes it seem terrible. Well, I mean, if that's the conclusion you come to, kind of says everything for it. There we are. Bring in Master Fox, who wants to join us on some Zaramanning. I'd like to say lo-fi, because you think this playlist is looped. It has definitely looped by now. This is a short playlist. I've not got a lot of rock stuff. Let's go for lo-fi. There is a huge amount of lo-fi. Can I show the Lavos build? I can absolutely show you the Lavos build. Welcome in Z-Train. Make sure the lo-fi loaded. Yep, there we go. Ta-da! Stream's on the last stretch? No, the stream's got an hour to go. Stream's got a whole hour to go. But this is a build I use as a standard go-to approach. We've got the full Umbral set and adaptation for sheer tank and a bit of strength. Overextended, consuming that strength for a shed load of range, stretch to get even more out of it. Prime continuity, because a bit of duration actually goes a bit of a way. Certainly when it comes to the status effects you can get from Lavos. And then Swift Bite, because casting more is nice. And it works. Even line, you can just straight up ignore it, but it's a living, breathing world. So if you do ignore it, the world continues without you. The world continues without you, and that can be a problem for some people. It depends on what you're trying to get out of it, that's all. Does anyone know if a companion gets a share of your affinity, or does it get its own pool? It has its own pool. Companions get their own set of affinity. You know what? I've got Hurricane Eye. Well, let's use it. Let's see what I identifies. I dislike the fact that it waits for all the NPCs to finish speaking and then activates. I'd like that fixed. Oh, hey, there's one in here. I could have just checked that. And the time it took me to wait for that. And it's the vein. Okay. I'm just going to skip the item star. What was the challenge? Mystica's at work. So the challenge was I've turned off the Warframe Arsenal overlay just for this stream. And I ran a Steel Path mission with Eureli. The challenge was to figure out which mods I was using on that Eureli build. Did the entire mobile defense solo, just Eureli, took out the Acolyte, saved all 3 consoles, job done. The answer, well, You'll just have to see the replay. Watch the replay for yourself. See if you can figure out the answer before I reveal it in the replay. Oh, that laser beam hit me. I'll just keep throwing glaive at him. With a little bit of viral Amprex to just wreck his day. Oh. Is there a mod for the glaive that makes it auto-install on impact? Auto-install? Not sure what you mean on that. Abilities use no energy. Lavos. Auto explode. Yes, however, the heavy attack explosion is different. So yes, but also no. I mean, that lock surge has also made me cast abilities faster. Look at the speed of that ability cast. Woo! Woo! And watch this. Smack. It's practically instant on the first now. But, I mean, we don't actually need it to be that fast. Oh, and it just ran out. Yeah. Just to recount some of the things I've gone through with EVE Online, because I've done a lot on that game. Like, you can't tell stories in Warframe anywhere near as well as you can with EVE. EVE is definitely an experience-based game. I got involved in all kinds of wars of various scales, left, right, and center, all over the place. Wars, some of them like you might never believe, others which were practically just skirmishes between a couple rival companies poking fun at each other. All kinds of things. At one point, let's go grab this. Oh, never mind, he's got that. Someone's got Madurai on them. That works. How do you have it so you're dual wielding glaive in secondary? That's by default, it just does that. Well, I can't see how many shields this thing has. It's dead. Doesn't dual wield for you? You're probably doing it wrong. Yeah, you're just doing it wrong. Oh, I just died to something. Oh, did I get hit by a bubble and then shot by a friend? Thank you. Let me roll out of that bubble. Once you roll out of the bubble, it's fine. But if you don't roll out of the bubble, you die. Oh, these bloody trocars. Let me think. At one point in EVE, I was rather green, rather new to the whole process. Got myself into a group living in a null security space, which is basically where there is no NPC protection whatsoever. The rules are as loose as they get. If you die, you die. The only one that's going to care is you at that point. I packed down pretty much everything that I could carry into my little cloaky ship, and I set off on a route as quick as I could down to my new home base. As I was heading down, I was connecting up all the different new systems, the new chat channels, the intel channels, and trying to get my head around all this new stuff that I was being given access to, all this infrastructure that other players had already made, so I was just benefiting from. And one such thing that popped up said, warning, do not go through such and such system, fleet detected. Thinking, oh god, wow. Didn't expect to receive this kind of thing so soon. What's going on? I have a look at my route. I have a look at the system. It's right on my route. I'm just 4 jumps away from home. 4 minutes of travel away from my brand new home that I've been assigned to. And there is a hostile fleet of an undeclared size between me and it. Now I'm thinking, okay, they're just saying a fleet, and I have an invisible ship. It is a tiny, slippery little thing. How bad could it be? So, I jump through the next Stargate, only to discover, right on the other side of that, is the fleet. I should have paid attention. All around me, I'm just in one little ship. I'm holding my invisibility that you start with when you come into a star system. It gives you time to get your bearings and see what you want to do. And around me, there's not just 1 or 2 ships. There's not 5 or 10. There were about 50 ships just hovering in this sphere of doom around me. Red markers everywhere. I was like, oh shit. I'm planning what to do. I'm thinking, okay. I can maybe try go back to the gate. I don't have enough speed. They'll probably... can I warp out? And as I'm thinking, can I warp out? A bubble goes up around me, which locks down all warp ability. I'm like, okay, you know, that's... can't do that. And as I'm thinking it all through, I'm watching the countdown on the timer saying you're about to become visible. The whole fleet, as one, just starts to drift, and boom, shoots off into the distance. All of them leave all at once. Hi. They're gone. They're gone. I can... At that moment, my ship becomes visible. I immediately hit my own cloaking device, go back into invisibility. I'm like, oh! I get my bearings. Okay, where do I need to go now? And I have a look, and it says, yep, the next Stargate I'm going to go through is in the direction that entire fleet just went. So I have to make a choice. Do I go back the way I came and hope I don't come across anyone else? Do I just go park up in some dead space area and just log off? Or do I follow the fleet and hope they've kept moving? Because we're so close to my own home base at this point. I'm thinking, why is there a fleet that big right here? Have I ever encountered a capital ship? Oh, I've done more than encounter them, smuggler. I've done far more than just encounter them. I decide, take another path. The next best path, Chokodika, was a half-hour journey through Badlands. There wasn't another route. It was go back to where I started, log off and wait, or just go. I chose option 3. Just go. I prayed that the fleet would continue on their way, marauding into whatever they're doing. I prayed just maybe I can slip by. And so I activate my warp drive, my trusty little ship, holding onto the invisibility is one of very few ships that can do so, careering forwards. And I notice in the local chat channel showing who is in the star system with me, more and more names are appearing with blue tags next to their name. Friendlies! Lots of friendlies arrive. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. They're going to chase off the fleet. That other fleet is definitely gone. I'm going to be okay. And I arrive, not at the Stargate I was hoping to arrive at, but a full 50 kilometers away from it. Bearing in mind, my ship can only travel at about 300 meters per second under invisibility. 50 kilometers away from the Stargate I need to be at, and I am met by this veritable swarm. The entire enemy fleet are there. On top of that, literally on top of it, are an entire fleet of blue ships engaging them. There are laser beams cutting across the sky. There are missiles going in the other direction. All around, tiny little specks of light showing that I've got friendly and enemy drones going left, right, and center. Whiz, whiz, whiz. Bubbles popping up all over the place telling you, if you are in this zone, you do not get to go anywhere. You are locked down. You do not get to warp out. Leave the bubble or fight. What's no? This is about worst case scenario. My ship is made of tissue paper and a dream, and yet it is holding on to basically everything I could think to bring down to the situation. I'm not the main threat. Chuck, if a ship that was invisible suddenly appears next to your fleet, you can be dead sure someone's going to go, what the fuck, who is that? Kill it. Maybe they're trying to bring in reinforcements through a beacon. What ship was I in? It's the Cloaky Covert Ops from the Galente. The Helios, I think it's called? Been a while. Yeah, the Helios, gotta be. So if I decloaked, someone might have mistaken me for trying to bring in reinforcements on top of the enemy fleet, so they would have shot me. Almost certainly. I was panicking. Now, here's how cloaking works in EVE Online. If your ship is invisible, you remain invisible indefinitely until you either deactivate it, or if someone or any object comes within 2,000 meters of your ship. Between me and the Stargate 50 kilometers away, as I say, there is about 100 people, and each of those people is equipped with anywhere between 1 and 10 drones, because there was a couple capital ships engaged in this as well, and this was back when they used drones. There were drones just everywhere. If anything came within 2,000 meters of me, my invisibility would break, and it would be set on a cooldown before I could reactivate it. Jock saying go around them? Jock, the Stargate is in the middle of this fight. That's where everyone kind of coalesced together. There is no going around them. You can't go over it, you can't go under it, you have to go through it on this bear hunt. And so, I began. I looked at the shape of the fleets, I looked at how they were moving around, dancing each other and striking each other, and I noticed a bit of a corridor, a tiny little corridor that I could possibly sneak my way through. I had noticed that, Cosmo, yeah. And so, I inched my ship forwards, 300 meters a second, dragging itself along. I'm watching this constant battle unfold around me, and as I'm watching, a ship that swung off over to the left side of me deploys a set of drones towards one of my friendlies on the other side of me. I watch the drones coming on the approach. They are screaming along at 2.5 kilometers per second. I'm watching them come towards me. They're about 20 kilometers away. They're about 15 kilometers away. They're about 10 kilometers away. 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers. They come within 2,400 meters of my ship. Bear in mind, they are traveling at 2.5 kilometers per second. They skirt just 400 meters outside of the range of my cloak breaking. This is space we're talking about. This is where astronomical units is a measure of distance, and something comes within 400 meters of utter death for me. And then they continue on their merry way, off to go find my friends. My brand new friends who I hadn't even spoken to properly yet. My heart practically in the next dimension is beating this hard. I somehow sneak the rest of my way through this ongoing fight, pass through the Stargate, and complete the final 2 jumps home. I get there, only to realise I left something back at where I'd started. I decided I was going to get that bit later. That is just one of the very many experiences that you can have in EVE Online. That was one where I didn't fire a single weapon, where I didn't kill a single guy, where I didn't lose a single ship, and in fact, I practically had nothing to do with the entire engagement, except being there when I really shouldn't have been. But it is one of the very memorable ones. Like I say, that was an early days for me. I got into some very dangerous hauling after that. I figured out the tools of the trade. Ooh, fire faster. Don't mind if I do. Bzzz. I figured out the tools of the trade to become an absolute menace of hauling at times. I'm a great storyteller. Thank you. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I have done a lot of DMing for Dungeons & Dragons. Someone asked about that earlier. I have definitely done plenty of that in the past.
The angel is trying to retreat into the void.
I played Ivaro against the Infested without silent weapons with Zeneric. Apt. Kind of apt. Imagine if the Infested get close to you, you, yeah, let's get rid of all of this, shall we? Imagine if the Infested get within, like, 20 meters of you, you also decloak Zavara. That's the kind of situation it was. It was nasty. But it worked. I have flown capital ships, both carriers and dreadnoughts. Never got into super caps. Couldn't afford them. After years of playing, couldn't afford them. Never wanted to try that hard to generate income. I've had my own stations. I've defended stations. I've blown up stations, both solo and in a group. I've had my station blown up. I had, at one point, when I'd left Eve for a while, I left a station in an extremely remote part of space. When I say extremely remote, I mean so remote that despite the fact that I had not been on EVE Online for nearly a year, only then did someone find it. And what's crazier is that of the people that found it, it was a group going around, and they discovered it at the same time another group did. Near enough. Like, when I say same time, I mean within hours of each other. The first group who found it had put my station into reinforcement, saying that they were attempting to blow it up, and it was giving just a window of opportunity for the owners to arrive and protect it. The second group that came up thought, hey, we can get in on this and maybe blow it up, take the loot for ourselves, except one person in that group recognized the owner of the station as me and contacted me on Facebook. We had spoken to each other maybe half a dozen times back in university years prior. He reached out to me and said, hey, is this by chance your station? And if so, would you like our help? I was like, I forgot that thing was even there, but sure, yeah, let me sign on and turn on the station's defenses, because it needed an operator in the station to activate the guns. So all of a sudden, this abandoned station that one group were planning to attack was now a fully operational station, and a second fleet that had arrived by pure chance to get in on the kill decided to now try and help defend said station. All a very impromptu, complete clusterfuck, let me tell you. In the few minutes I had between being notified of this and the actual hostile fleet re-arriving, I got what little I could from the station out of it into a safe space as quickly as I could. And then it was war. And when I say war, I mean the biggest missiles I have ever fielded and all the fighters I could shove into this station, just throwing themselves at the enemy fleet. And they'd noticed that there was another fleet there, so they shipped up even harder. It was a clusterfuck. However, the ships that the main aggressors brought, they came with business in mind. They had money. So even the cheapest of their ships dwarfed the expensive ones being brought by my friend and his group. They were just out for a fun roam. The guys attacking, they were mobsters. What build am I using? 777. The station, sadly, despite our best efforts, did not survive. It was annihilated. But good fun was had all around. I got to use the weaponry on my station in an actual legitimate engagement. The aggressors, they managed to take down the station that they had so painstakingly put into reinforcement a day before. And my friend got to basically take control of the command of his fleet that he was riding along in, because he happened to know the owner of the station and went, what the hell are the chances of this? Yeah, not only to recognize the name, but to recognize the name as someone who they interacted with a bit at university years prior. It's just, what are the chances? Really, what are the chances? Just some of the stuff I got up to. I went to a meetup over in Nottingham yeah, it was Nottingham a couple times. And at one of the meetups I went to, went on a bar crawl with a bunch of the people there. Didn't know who half of them were, but we're all EVE players, we're all pilots together anyway, who cares? Turns out I was having a chat with one of the devs as well at the time. Cool. And got on well enough with some of the people who went on the bar crawl with, decided, hey, you know what, let's just join up in game for a bit. I spent 2 months with this random militia group that was living out in Minmator space. I'd never been to Minmator space before, so it was a stark change of scenery. I was used to Galente space, which was these blacks and dark green hues. Very, very... not quite like this. This looks more Caldari in colour scheme, but close. And Minmator is more Martian in overall appearance in the sky. It's kind of crazy. Is that Xscale profile picture I see in the squad? It does look it, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's a founder. That's a founder in the squad. The more you know. Can an old pal take on Space Mafia, the documentary? There's shit that happens. At one point I caught, whilst I was playing very solo, not even in a group of others, just on my ones, I came across a individual. Sorry, no, I came across a post. Sorry, reading things at the same time. I came across a post, and it suggested that there was actually a fight that was likely to go down in a certain area. I thought, you know what, I can get in on that. And so I grabbed myself a ship designed to catch stragglers. It would be absolutely useless against even 2 people at once. But 1 person running from a fight, yeah, I could mess their day up. I could really mess their day up. I was designed to be dangerous in a 1v1 situation. And I managed to skirt around the edges, stay away from the actual fight, stay undiscovered. I managed to catch about half a dozen different people trying to escape to different gravity wells to get away from the combat when their ship got low on hit points, something like that. Or if they just saw themselves targeted, like, I'm done, I'm out. And I catch them. A couple of them refused to parley, and so I obliterated them. A couple of them did not refuse. One person who decided to call himself Chuck Norris, but Norris spelt with a 5.
Now it's not dormant anymore.
He didn't believe me at first. He was like, no. You're not here to discuss. You just want to kill me and take my stuff doubly. I'm like, no. Pay a bounty. If you pay ransom of 50 million, I'll let you go. 50 million, you get to keep your ship. You don't pay it, I murder you right here, right now. He thought for a moment, and then he gave me possibly the best transaction on my ledger. I received ransom payment from Chuck Norris. It's not the actual Chuck Norris, I know, but who cares about that? When a ransom ledger says you managed to ransom Chuck Norris, you take it. After I managed to get 6th, the 7th ship I was going for, unfortunately, arrived with one other, and that's when I had to say, yep, no. They're wising up that there's vultures out here, I'm leaving. That's the kind of shit you can get up to. Adam, didn't they really move augment slots for Warframes? Augment slots, they weren't a thing. I don't think augment slots have ever been a thing for Warframes, let alone removed. Hilm09 say hello, came from YouTube videos, keep up the good work. Thanks, buddy, glad you enjoy them. Welcome into Twitch, I hope you enjoy your stay here just as much. We're apparently having a lot of EVE Online story time whilst we delete this, so you're getting a multifunctional experience. I've had it before now where at one point I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could successfully 1v1 someone else using a ship that was only worth less than 1 million ISK. To put that into perspective, at the time, you could purchase an item which you for real money, which you could sell for in-game cash. The item was worth about £15, so think like 18 or so US dollars, or 20 at the time I think it was. So think about 20 US dollars, 15 British pounds. That would get 500 million-esque. 1 million is considered an absolute bloody pittance. So I managed to put together an entire ship build for less than 1 million credits. That includes the ship, the ammo, the modules, the defenses, everything. Less than 1 million. I got 10 of these, and I went down to some space where I knew there were plenty of active people, and I just pick fights. I did manage to actually get a couple of kills, but the best one was someone who tried to counter me with a ship worth 25 times as much as mine. Not only did I destroy him, I looted the ship, took those resources to the nearest station, put them up on the market, and not a minute later, all of the items were sold to that same guy, because he was buying a new ship with the exact same loadout. So I sold the guy his own corpse, basically. And it pretty much paid for the entire trip. All of the stupid little ships I took along. I didn't even intend for him to be the guy to buy it all. I just took it to the nearest station where there's trade activity, popped it up, and he happened to arrive at the same time and took it down. That's the kind of shit you can get up to. If things line up. Eve is definitely a game where things do need to line up, though. I noticed we've got to change the music to some more of the rock playlist. We're going back to the rock one. Okay. Lo-fi's over, back to the rocky. Now, so far, I've told you stories where things went right for me. I suppose it's only fair if I share some things where it went absolutely terribly wrong. I mean, would you guys want to hear a story as to where things went terribly wrong? What are we farming? I'm grabbing myself a little bit of Naramon focus without actually trying to farm focus, and also doing Zaraman for a change of scenery. Nothing major on the farm. More stories, of course. I've only seen a couple so far. If it's only a couple of you who want to, I might have to skip out on it. You know, I don't want to be taking up too much of the stream if only a couple people are interested in this. You know. Ow! Oi, mate, that was rude. Get off. Okay, it seems there's more than a couple people who do want it. Alright. Let's see. Which one do I want to recount? Let's go with the time I got absolutely bamboozled. How's that sound for you? How about the time where I got absolutely just completely run over multiple times in a row trying to do good? How's that sound for you? Because this story actually takes place not in deep pirate space, not in some uncharted wormhole space. This story takes place in one of the most secure systems in the entire game. This takes place in what is known as high security space, where the police are very, very hot on the money. And in fact, it was in a reasonably high tier of high security space, no less. So here, if you engage in unlawful pirate action, if you shoot someone without having the legal right to do so, the police will be on your ass in like 10 seconds and your ship will explode. Do not pass go, do not collect £200, you certainly get no insurance payout. The insurance companies simply do not pay out if you die to police. And so, this is where we find that I made a serious mistake. And it was not me getting killed by the police. Oh no. It's much worse than that. See, what was happening in this system is that there was a certain guy going around, and what he was doing is he was scanning people down. He was finding his way into their active missions, and then he was stealing their loot. But he wasn't stealing their loot to keep the loot. What he was doing is he was stealing their loot to try and bait them. The way it works is that stealing the loot is illegal. However, it's not illegal to the point that the police would attack you. It is not a mortal crime, as it were. Instead, the way that the police handled it is that if you broke the law in that small way, the police would simply just turn a blind eye if everyone else decided to shoot that person back. But if everyone let the thief go, then the police went, it's not our business. So this person was stealing someone's mission loot, or many people's mission loot, to try and goad them into attacking them. Because the law of self-defense says that if you are attacked by anyone in any circumstance, you have permission to fight back. You always have the freedom to defend yourself with lethal force in EVE Online. So as soon as this unsuspecting mission runner would shoot back at the person, they would discover that the guy stealing their loot was actually prepared for a fight. Now, I had been caught out by this many moons prior. I was not falling for it now, but I knew that others in the system were going to. And there had been a recent change which allowed you, previously only the person who was being stolen from could shoot the person doing the stealing. Now it's made where everyone, any member of the public could do so. And so I wanted to try and catch one of these guys in the act, because as much as they're set up to deal with a mission runner, they wouldn't, so the theory runs, be set up to deal with me, because I would be set up to deal with them specifically. You see where I'm coming from? It's like some rock, paper, scissors, 3D chess bullshit going on. Space Vigilante Justice, absolutely I'll outlaw. I researched this person, I saw the ship they were using, I knew what that ship was capable of, and so I brought a means to counter that ship directly. It should be brilliant. Are the laws in different systems created by players who own them? Technically no, because when it's into player-controlled space, it's lawless. But yes, players can own sectors. It's just, you put a flag down and you control the station or you control the resources, but the game NPCs don't change their rules at that point. They're just NPC police there. But this was NPC policed area. So, sure enough, I was advertising to people, hey, look, if these guys are screwing with you, I can help you out. Let me know. And sure enough, one person took me up on the offer. They're like, yeah, this person is stealing from me. Can you help me out? Like, absolutely. We work together. We can take him down. You get him engaged. I will be right behind you. We will trap him. We will smack this guy down. I absolutely had their number. And so, we establish a connection. I can warp into the location. I head on over to go and defend this guy. Sure enough, there is the pirate. This thief ragging onto the guy. I come in. I train all my guns onto the pirate, and I start blasting away, missing every single shot for some reason. Something's gone wrong. Because it turns out that in coming to the aid of this guy was coming to the aid of, I didn't set up my my information correctly. I didn't notice, because he was in a fleet with me, it hid the icon that said that the guy I was trying to help had also just then broken the law. And by aiding that guy, I then also broke the law myself. Because I broke the law myself, anyone could now shoot at me. That includes the guy I was coming to rescue, who was not in fact in the middle of a mission. The guy I was coming to rescue was equipped to shut down my ship. And so I could no longer hit the target I was trying to kill, I could no longer leave the situation, and I had 2 people shooting at me. I very rapidly evaporated. This was not a good experience, I can tell you that for a fact. But, you know what? I learned my lesson. I cannot rely on others, and I have to watch out for those kinds of traps. So, I devised a new plan. See, now I know how they play, but 2 can play out that game. EVE Online is a game which allows you to use multiple accounts simultaneously, as long as you're paying for said multiple accounts. And I had a second account. It wasn't as powerful as my first one, but I had it, and I hadn't shown it. So, I had a plan. What I was going to do is this time I was just going to figure out who the pirates were attacking. I would drop myself on the pirates, don't need to even contact the person they're attacking, I will just find my way to them directly. Not only will I attack the pirate, but my second character will shut down the pirate's supporting friend if he were to show up. So they had a counter for me, I had a counter for the counter. And this time, they wouldn't know I was coming. Did I give Eve Echoes a shot? Eve Echoes... Was that the VR one? I don't remember. We'll get back to that, Smuggler. So, I'm scanning the system. I'm keeping a watch on the local information channel to see when the pirates are striking. And sure enough, it happens. The pirates strike, I managed to get a fix of the location. I see 2 ships matching the description. I'm going in. I bring in my main attacking ship, and I have the supporting ship just behind me. Sure enough, as soon as I engage the pirate, his friend turns up and is shooting at me, trying to shut down my stuff, but it's fine. I've got myself my second account. My second account starts to try and shut down the second pirate. And 4 more ships arrive! 4 more ships arrive. I don't know where they were coming from. They were all in different groups. They were all independently aligned for all I could tell. They disguised just how many pirates were working this racket. There was a whole goddamn group of them. I'm not talking about Sea of Thieves, I'm talking about EVE Online. They countered my counter to their counter to my counter to their counter. And do you want to know the absolute worst bit? You want to know the really, truly degrading bit? After the 2 pirates and the 4 extra pirates, the 6 in total, deleted my 2 ships. It wasn't that more ships came. No. The worst bit is that when I lugged myself back to the station and docked up, the person I at least went to save, they reached out to me. They got in touch about the situation. Hey, you the guy that just came to try and save my ship? Yeah. How do you like my friends? The whole fucking thing was a trap. There was 7 pirates and no one in distress. They saw me scanning the system and they figured out what I was doing. I never stood a chance. There were at the time only like 15 people in the star system. 2 of them were me and 7 of them were the thieves. That is EVE Online, and that is how you can get absolutely run over. I never stood a chance in that circumstance. They had me well and truly beat. I straight up just left the system after that. I went to go do stuff elsewhere. I was done. They won. That was their ground. How do you get Heart Noctral? I believe that is from the Orb Valis mining. Check out my mining guide on YouTube to see best ways to go about that. It was a learning experience. It was a learning experience, and that's EVE Online. It's fair game. I mean, it wasn't a fair fight, but as the saying goes in EVE Online, if 2 fleets find themselves in a fair fight, both sides are messed up. How do you build it? You buy the blueprint from Smokefinger in Fortuna, and that allows you to build it. But yeah, sometimes you are just outnumbered, outgunned, and outplanned. That's the way it goes. Eve is brutal. And that is, unfortunately, one of its downsides as well as its upsides. Because it means that if you don't have the time, the energy, the social skills, the resources to build up a group or to be part of a group, either you just join the fold of a group that's just so big they can't lose, or you will get your shit pushed in at some point. Possibly many points. You don't think they outplanned? You don't think they outplanned me when they managed to not only identify exactly what I was doing, but set up a bait that looked like it was completely genuine, despite me already taking steps to avoid their bait? Because I thought I knew their baits. They had a bait on bait on bait. The damsel in distress was bait. The second pirate ship was bait to trick me into revealing my other stuff because they had yet more stuff on yet more accounts or yet more people in the group. I don't even know which way it is. I don't know if I was fighting 2 people or 7 in all truth, but I was fighting 7 accounts. Drooper here, not quite understanding. They're saying, bro, they just set up a rescue bait. Sure, and I just make videos about a video game. If you think that's all there is to it, you are seriously underselling how well they played me. And if you find that unimpressive, congratulations on having more world experiences in the game, I guess. Go you. These are spectacular amount of mind games. I mean, it's not all mind games, but yeah. I've pulled off some cheeky little baits on people. I have fallen for cheeky little baits on people. I have nearly baited myself by accident and inattentiveness. It's a thing.
That's a void angel. Make it. Let's be ready.
All kinds of shenanigans happen in that game. All kinds. What you never really hear too much of is the amount of downtime between it all. There is a lot of downtime in Eve. Unless you are with a bunch of people who really, really work to make it where there's always something to do, there can be a hell of a lot of downtime. That's just a reality you deal with. Or choose not to deal with, as the case may be. Oh, we didn't quite get that one. But this time we did. You're so glad you play Warframe with friendly fires. Rare fun fact. Yeah. Non-PvP games, certainly non-PvP games which are also instance missions rather than ongoing things, are a lot less to deal with. They just kind of fit in with what you're doing. But Eve was certainly a series of interesting experiences. Cosbook's saying, I remember the tale of an Eve Online player that made a bank, took all the money and made himself the biggest ship ever, and used the rest to put a price in his head. The tale? You think that happened just once? I've lost count of the number of banks, the number of gambling corporations that popped up and then were eventually shut down. Because game makers realized, this is actually going to be a problem. But it funded a lot of stuff in the interim. Is Eve connected planet-side somehow? Not at all, no. Not at all. Ponzi schemes? Yeah, Ponzi schemes. But there's also legitimate business ventures as well. The amount of serious industry going on is colossal in that game. Absolutely colossal, because, of course, basically everything is either player-sourced or player-made. There are little bits which aren't player made. The basics that, you know, set the game rolling, as it were. But whenever you see a story of a ship blowing up, that's because someone somewhere built that ship. And in order to build it, they got the resources. Most likely they got the resources from someone else. If it is a expensive ship, those resources are not just like, oh, go through a Warframe mission, you pick up a Void Gel Orb, that's one of the resources. No, there's multiple crafting steps involved, some of which have to be done in different locations. So like you might have it where you need to go mining, and then you need to take that mining stuff and combine it with some stuff that you extracted from a moon, and then you need to combine the moon stuff with the mining stuff inside of a reactor, but that reactor can only be used in unsafe space. And then you need to combine that with some materials which were made by people living in the super secure space, and then you need to combine it with materials that might be most easily found in uncharted space, only accessible through a wormhole, and so on, so on. What is Variety Friday? Variety Friday is when we play not Warframe on stream here, and instead the game which is voted for over on Discord by the subscribers and other supporters of the Engineer. You can see over on my replays channel all of the previous games which we've had. I think, what was it we had most recently? What was it we had in the last one? My brain is fogging over. Oh, was it FTL or was that the week before? Oh yeah, the D&D, oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, we had the turning Warframes into D&D monsters. Week before that was FTL. Week before that was Apex Legends. Week before that I think might have been Minecraft. So, variety on a Friday. That's Variety Friday. You always miss that vote somehow? I mean, Jason, you're just showing up as VIP, Jason. So that might be why. Unless you are a supporter on one of the other platforms. I'll be honest, I'm not good with usernames, so my apologies if you are. FTL with the most baller run. I mean, the first run went badly. The second one, well, it's so good it hasn't even finished yet. We're gonna have to get back to that game at some point. Ah, you sub-expired. That'll be it then, Jason. That'll be why you've missed the polls, because you're not subscribed anymore. Gotta be some right if you're subscribing. Can we vote for Eve for Variety Friday? No. Absolutely not. I would not be able to make a proper interesting stream out of it. If you want to see what it looks like to see an EVE Online stream, I implore you to go have a look at the streams happening in the EVE Online section. And you'll discover precisely why I do not stream EVE Online. When I say that game has downtime, I am not kidding. You need to put in serious hours and legwork, or really manufacture stuff to fill up a stream with content. Otherwise it's a just chatting stream, which occasionally has some lasers. EVE Online is the kind of stream game which those stream games are made for, where you can play other things whilst your game isn't gaming, weirdly enough. Isn't this a just chatting stream at the moment? No, we got Warframe happening. Warframe is actively happening right now. I'm just very good at talking when playing Warframe because it's not actually that heavy a game mode that we're picking here. Especially as Mr. Forks is allowing us to do it on Steel Path without me having to gear up hard for it. Look at that guy. I didn't even see the shot happen, it just happened. Am I on PS4? I'm on PC. Right, to give you an example as to how long things can be, I don't know if the map has changed. Well, I know the map has changed since I was there, but to what extent I don't know. Ah, this is so bad when you've got Naramon. I just want the focus. But focus farming on Steel Path is a bad idea. But here we are. Hey, there we are, it's down. What was I saying? Yeah, to give you an example, between two major trade hubs in EVE Online, There is a trade hub known as Dodixie, that serves the Galente space, and there is a trade hub known as Jita, the biggest trade hub in the game, that serves the Caldari space, and everyone who dares to shop there, because it is big. The distance between those two, if I recall correctly, I think on the safe route was... I think it was 13 jumps? The exact number doesn't matter. The point is, 13 jumps. If you're in a tiny little ship, you could do a jump probably around every 30, 45 seconds. You can do them pretty quickly. But that's still about 10 minutes to go from one trade hub to another. How's my daily focus doing? Oh, did I max it? I didn't even pay attention. Ah. Well. Alright. Thank you for catching that. I didn't realise we'd already got to that point. In which case then, well, Mr. Thorks, thank you very much for dropping by and helping us get through that one nice and easily. No point sticking around on the Zaraman if I'm not getting anything from the Zaraman. There's nothing I want. But yeah, now think of your larger ships. If you're bringing a beefier ship, something like a battle cruiser, it could take a little over a minute per jump. If you're taking a battleship, it might take you minute 10, minute 15 per jump. If you're taking a full-on freighter, really, really big ships just designed to move things from A to B, oh, they could carry loads. I mean, colossal amounts. But they're slow. They turn like a brick. They warp like a brick. I don't know what a brick looks like in warp, but I imagine this is what they were like. Each jump in one of those, if you did not have a way to speed up entering warp, would probably be about 2 minutes per jump, I think it was. On really long systems, it could be longer. If there's time dilation, it could be longer, but about 2 minutes per jump. So for a route of 13 jumps, that's 26 minutes. If you include getting to and from the gates and stations, it's actually basically pretty much half an hour. Half an hour just to go from A to B through perfectly safe space. As Easter say, imagine D just surprise drop to review this weekend. That would be a surprise. I would expect them to give us a date, but maybe they don't. Yo, Natatot, welcome on in. Thank you very much for running over here. We are towards the end of the stream, but we still got time left on it. So welcome on in, Natatot, and those who have come over from the stream there. Cheers for Rainbow Dude. Ah. What have you been up to? What were you playing just now? What else were you? The thing a bit biggie bob. I'll be honest, I've never heard of your channel before now. Absolutely never heard of you. So what have you do? What you guys been up to? Warframe? Fair do. I hope you had yourself a good one. I've completely maxed out all the standing bits, all the focus bits. Definitely here there's full on focus, isn't it? I mean, I'm just going to triple check. Huh? But it said... But we didn't get any from a... But we didn't get any from a whole mission. Is the UI just lying to me again? Is the game really... whatever. This happens. Duffworth saying, long-time YouTube watcher, first-time catch you live, came from Native.stream. Well, welcome in, my dude. Welcome in. Glad you enjoy the YouTube videos as well. Native saying, glad to actually raid you. We always do a stream on Wednesday for helping new players. Forced myself to finish things in Warframe. Nice. Nice picks. Why is Warframe infested with bugs? I'm fairly certain at this point that those are load-bearing bugs. They've got to be. Just... Because there's quite a bit going on, isn't there? Who really wants farm folks going to go on an adventure in 25 minutes? No, fuck, no. I know exactly what adventure you're referring to, and that is not an environment I like to get into. I like to be a nice, friendly, presentable Kengineer. I do like to be a positive beacon, occasionally sarcastic, but I like to be on the positive side. And when I enter into the plains of Eidolon at night, when I stick around there for more than, say, 30 seconds, that facade falls away. You discover the gritty, angry, frustrated Kengineer. The Kengineer that decides to just burn. D-Train, thank you very much for converting your sub from Prime over to Tier 1. I don't know why it's not showing up on the activity feed for some reason, but the bot noticed it all the same. We heard it. So thank you very much for continuing your sub on Tier 1 there. Ah. Cheers, Need. Occasionally sarcastic? Yeah, only occasionally, Cosmo. I've still got to communicate with those from the United States that I can't stick with pure sarcasm. It doesn't translate very well. Show us the mug squared? You mean the Inception? The mug within a mug? It's a beautiful mug. I do like this mug. I can't recommend the mug enough. And I know. Yes, it's my merch. Of course I'm going to recommend it. But my point is, it's a proper mug. It's not some... You get something with just shitty little decals or whatnot, or you hold the mug and it's like, oh, how am I supposed to hold this? You get ones with handles where you try to hold it, the mug just kind of drops. No. This is a mug. Proper mug. Well, you can happily put your tea in, you can put your hot chocolate in, you can put your microwave lettuce in. I recommend you don't, but Athlia never listens to my recommendations. So, microwave lettuce in a mug of tea happens. Sorry to let you know that if you've never heard of that one before. It's a thing. But yeah, I really like this mug. I really do. Alrighty. To wrap us up, we got some focus. I know it's not got all the focus, but whatever. If the game's going to lie to me, I'm going to decide that we're just not doing that. How do we miss coffee in that list? I didn't miss it. I'm going to crack open some relics. If you would like to join me for a few very quick relic openings, then send me a message in a game. The Kengineer, I'll bring you into the squad, and we'll just quickly grab ourselves. Who knows? Maybe a bit of streamer luck pops up with some gold. The hell is microwave lettuce? So it's where you get a mug of tea, and you get some lettuce, and you microwave the lettuce, and then you put it in the mug of tea. If you wish to include marshmallows like Athlia did, you can also do that. Can I find the post? Can I find this abomination real quick? From the cursed one. Oh, no, Discord's breaking. Has that in that. And if I... Oops. Let me see. Can I find this? I found nothing. Why is this so difficult to find? Come on, Discord search. We've talked a lot about the microwave lettuce tea. We have talked about the microwave lettuce tea a lot on the Discord. I'm actually struggling to find the thing. Bear with me, chat. I really need to find this. I need to start saying, hey, to raid and run. My partner wants to play Pokemon. It might die. Oh, of course, absolutely. You go have yourself a good time then, Nate. Thank you for raiding over. You have a good day. Ah, come on. Found it. I found it. Like I said, chat, it's a real thing. That is not my mug in use there. That is Athlia's. That is microwave lettuce in the tea. That is pretty cursed, yes. That is pretty cursed. I just wish I could find the other one as well. I don't know where the other one that Athlia did has gone. Athlia posts it without context, and so I can't search the context. It's gone. It's not gone, it's somewhere deep in the annals of that horrifyingly cursed channel. One day it may be found. One day it may not. But yeah. So, if you wish to have yourself a bug, you can go ahead and get yourself one from the merch page. Go right ahead. It's high quality, and it will survive your microwaved lettuce, you heathens. With the Fang, let's crack a relic, shall we? If one of you does find it, absolutely pop the link. Absolutely pop down the link so I can go straight to it then. Obviously, if you're not a subscriber, send me it in a private message. Don't... oh, actually, I just got a private message. Never mind, that was a spam bot. Never mind. I do not wish to buy followers, believe it or not. I do not need to buy followers. I am okay where I am at. Actually, no. I want more followers, but legitimately. Legitimately. Right, we got a capture? Please capture. Oh. Oh, why you do this to me? We'll do the rescue. Also, quick heads up, we have got the Platinum Raffle, which will be running at the end of the stream, which is as soon as we do this relic run, actually. As soon as we do this relic run, we'll be having that. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you grab yourself a ticket very quickly to be a chance to win it. As we get loading in. Have I done a guide to Octavia? I have, yes. Predator Queen, if you open up the catalogue, you'll be able to see it. Open up the catalogue.
Our intel suggests that our person of interest is in the vicinity.
This brand new webpage I made just today to answer that very question of, have you done a guide on X? Have you done a video about Y? Have you covered Z? Yes or no? Often it's going to be no, but often it's also going to be yes. And now you can know at a glance. That's my way of making it so much easier than scrolling through YouTube or hoping that you put in the right search terms and hoping that YouTube doesn't go, did you mean engineer? You probably misspelled engineer, didn't you? Don't worry, we'll show you engineers. Like, no, Kengineer. I made that webpage just today? Yeah, just today. Took a bit of time off from video stuff, mostly because I'm waiting on certain things to get sorted on that side. And put that together. Only took a few hours, it's fine. Zoomies! Okay, zoomies did not work. Try again. Zoomies! That's better. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful zoomies. Ah, I could do another one straight away. That one I have to jump. I took a wrong turn. You found it? You can't remember how to link. You've DM'd it on Discord. Excellent. We'll have a look at it after the mission here. Excellent. You found the other cursed sea, I hope. See, this is why Cosmo's a VIP on the channel here. They got the full part. They know what they're doing. They ain't messing around. And that... They're in the other one. That would have been my third guess. I've lost the reactant buff, so I can't do the ultra mega zoomies. But I can still bounce around a bit. Yeah, still pretty quick, I'd say. Oh, bloody nullifiers. Oh well, whatever. Sada! Well, we got an extra piece. It's fine. It's fine. SCA, secure, contain Athlia. I get ya. Oh, look at that. Harrow chassis every time. There's a reason I went for that as the mnemonic. It's always true. Harrow chassis every time. Do I have a YouTube video on my channel with my Lavos build? Yes, I do. In fact, I have a full guide on Lavos, and then I have an updated build as well. Head on over to the catalogue. ! Catalogue. Because if you head on over to the catalogue, you will see this right here. this wonderful, wonderful page where we've got all the different types of guides. We got weapon guides, other equipment, missions, bosses, resources, mechanics, myth busting, meta and discussions. And if we just scroll through the Warframes themselves, we've got Lavos, full guide, and we have got the augment update. Do I still use Electroframe? I do still use Electroframe, yeah. We've also got the full guide for core, which includes Binari and the stat stick. But you can also see as well some frames I've yet to get to putting guides on them. There's a full guide for Grendel, full guide for Garuda. Haven't done a Gauss one as yet. Yeah. You just noticed there's a spanner in that cup of tea? Yeah, let's bring up this now that Cosmo sent over. Oh yeah, that's the one. That is the one. So here is the other cursed tea. Let's open this in browser. Let's get this nice and big, shall we? There we go. Behold. Oh god, that's too much beholding. What we have here is, I believe, was this coffee, hot chocolate? It's got marshmallows in there. It has got a microwaved bit of celery, I believe it was. Yeah, it's a thing. Now, if I recall correctly, if I scroll, yes, if I scroll a little bit, chat. Chat, I'm ever so sorry to do this to you. I'm ever so sorry to do this to you. Listen. They commit. They commit. And should probably be committed. Oh, I accidentally have it wrong again. Oh, we did not need to hear that twice. Oh, dear. We don't need the other video, no. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ensure that the average person is more removed from that experience, if you want to treat these mugs more correctly with the homes they deserve to be in, merch, exclamation mark merch. Otherwise, Athlia will continue to be a significant portion of the horrors visited upon those mugs, and it is just... Oh dear. You didn't need to see Cellar T tonight? Well, you've seen it. You've seen it, T-Train. In any case, I think that is about time where we escape the horrors of reality and once again dive into the fantasy of what if you were the winner. Because today we're going to be running that Platinum Raffle right now with the thank you for joining in on the quick relic run there. So let's have a ganders. I think everyone who needs a ticket has grabbed a ticket. I'm going to close the giveaway. If you haven't grabbed a ticket already, tough. There's been over 3 hours to do so. So, chat. There's going to be only one winner. One winner of the Platinum giveaway, and the winner of that today is indeed going to be Tremanth. Tremanth, congratulations to you. You subscribed here on the channel just a couple hours ago as well, in fact. So Tremanth, thank you very much once again for subscribing, and congratulations, you now receive yourself the Platinum prize. I'll be contacting you here on Twitch in a few minutes. Get hold of your Warframe username and platform. We'll get that sent on over to you. Tremanth, congratulations on that. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining in once again on this stream, for joining in on the little challenge that we had there. No spoilers on the results of that challenge for anyone who did miss it and wants to catch it over on the replays. Thank you very much for indulging in the stories of Eve as well. That is all we've got time for, but don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to be raiding over to another part of the Warframe community, as we always do at the end of these Warframe streams. Who can we raid today? Who should we raid today? That is a question. Where do we want to go? I'm just going to quickly filter this down to English, as is always the way. We can head on over to Ancient Invasions. I think we went to them recently, didn't we? We did go to some very recently. Yeah, it's still on my listing here. We went there just 3 days ago. That's too recent. We need to spread a little. We can go to Kodoma. Relly has decided to become a VTuber, so I'm going to pass on that. I don't actually recognize most of the other names on here. I guess we'll go Kodama. Nothing against them, just by default they've won the raid, so we're raiding Kodama. Let's get that up and running. There we are, so that is loading up onto there. I'm going to put a link in the chat channel for anyone who fails to go with the raid as well. There is the raid link. Only click that if the raid doesn't go through for you. But I'm going to send you over now to Kodama. Thank you very much once again for joining in. I do hope you have yourselves a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you on Friday for... what are we getting voted for? We'll just have to see, won't you? Until then, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.